all of you, through different means, have found yourself
Well,
not
I
only in
think
Onder.
should we introduce ourselves before we
Yes,
actually begin?
I was going to get to that. I was going to move to the marketplace and then do that. You guys aren't. Nothing's starting yet.
Okay.
Through different means, you guys have found yourselves in Onder, but not only in Onder, you found yourself in a fairly large city called Passage. Um, Passage is not really a town that anybody ends up in, more or less. It's a town, as the name might imply, that people find themselves passing through, trying to find their way onto wherever their life might take them. Um, Through whatever individual means, you all find yourselves in a market. If you would all like to describe who you are, at least as much as you want to tell the audience and each other, and place yourselves wherever you would be in the marketplace. Feel free, starting with Code.
Wait, what?
Please describe your character.
The appearance or just like the backstory and everything?
Both.
Cool.
Um,
So I am a darker kind of tabby cat. What is going on with the? I'm sorry, I'm fixing roll 20
if you need to
I
work on the map, feel free to pass it on to Brandon.
There we go. God, it's doing something weird. That's all.
I see you messing with it, so if you need to.
Yeah, go ahead and go, Brandon.
What?
We're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so my name is Star. My character is a kind of very dark fur, blue eyes, and kind of has like a cloak on most of the time. Very like, kind of a nicer cloak than it looks like he should have. Recently bought, of course. Along with a rapier of more than higher value than what looks like this man should have. Along with 2 daggers on the side. And like a bunch of venturing gear like on the side, like as a bandolier, whatever he needs. Pretty nicer clothing, but kind of like scratched up, as you can see. Like he hasn't changed clothes in a while. Now backstory, he's basically just a cat. Has a lot of siblings, brothers and sisters, and so he decided to like adventure on, as most tabaxi do. Found a nice discovering job that decided to like, because he wanted to know more about the world. Got a nice little job with the House Medani as a mercenary who kind of explored the Mournland. And through reasons unknown, had to be like left for his own reasoning. And is now here in Passage. That's it. Not much more.
You gonna situate yourself on the map?
Oh, I had to pick where I am in the map?
Yes.
Yeah, pick wherever you would be in the marketplace.
Absolutely. I would be
I
would be in like in between 2 places, like very tight places.
I also think it'd be prudent to introduce yourself as a person.
Oh, well, we all know each other, but okay.
Who are you as
For
No,
your viewers.
People they're new aren't gonna know you. If you make a YouTube video out of it, they're not gonna know.
All right, fine, whatever. I'm Code. I'm a smarmy little fuck who decides to just be cocky and an asshole all the time. With really terse tones. Sounds good? What is going on?
Sounds great.
Party going on. I don't know. I don't fucking know how to introduce myself. I don't know what I'm like.
Well, you don't have to say what you're like. You could just say your name so people know.
Code.
Pretty much it.
It's. I mean, it's right under my
This isn't
fuck.
like
It's
an
there.
icebreaker. You don't have to like come up with 2 truths and a lie about yourself.
That's what it felt like, man. I was on the spot. I'm not very
Sorry
good.
for putting you on the spot.
I know. I was situating
So
with
I'm
the
gonna-
map,
I'll
and then
go
like
ahead.
you. Fuck.
I mean, sorry, I want you to be warm.
Well,
and
I thought
inviting
we
to
were.
your
I didn't know
viewers.
this was what we were doing. I thought we were introducing each other like
You
in
were
character.
going-
Fuck. I don't know.
Here we go. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Yourself
Yes.
and your character.
So, hello. My name is Brandon. Also, I go by Sojourner or just Sojo per the overlay.
Nice
as my name
introduction.
indicates.
It sucks.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this game, I will be playing a bard.
Hello,
hence the
undead.
guitar. My character is, like I said, is a bard, and their name is Shio. They have been working as a private investigator for the past couple of years, taking on many jobs for House Medani, uh, locating various artifacts or people that are of interest to the house. Currently, I am on in passage on a mission to find a person suspected of having an aberrant dragon mark. So we'll find more about that later. And I say I will probably be maybe around here. Just playing my little guitar, standing, all nice.
Yeah, I'll be haggling for a better cape, by the way.
Markets are full of individuals. It's pretty light. Like you would probably expect more people. In the other cities you've been to, this marketplace is relatively light, but does have a lot of stalls. Um, yeah. Next up, Kokobo. Would you like to introduce yourself? And your
Hi. I'm Kokobo. It's my first time playing D&D with these awesome people who decided to take me in and teach me their. I am playing Rain or Renelia. She is a water genasi and half elf. She stands out in most crowds because of her light blue, almost greenish kind of skin. Her hair is very long and watery, kind of does like weird things when it's not, tied up or put away. Unintentionally attracts attention to herself because of how she's dressed. She's in clothes that look like she made from the forest itself, so to speak. You can tell she's kind of not from around here just by looking around. She is in Ondare to find. She was in Ondare trying to find a sword to help her mother, who was cursed by a fae on accident. And she's currently dying, so she's trying to find a solution to that problem. And in doing so, is looking for a goblet that's supposed to have some magical properties. She is on the run from a weird wizard who tried to experiment on her, and probably is somewhere in the middle of these stalls just trying to break away from him. So that's me.
Great. Will.
Hi y'all, I'm Will. So I'll be playing. So today I'm going to be role playing Eberron, which is a Warforged. If you're not familiar with what a Warforged is, they're just these like metallic slash wood golems that are like residual artifacts of the last war, and they wander around the country in search of a place after their purpose was filled during that war. Mine specifically came from the Moor Holds. I'll get more into the backstory later, but essentially what he looks like is he has these large smith goggles. He has this kind of a veal situation going on, and he covers his mouth as well. In fact, most of his body is covered in clothing of some type. He wears a brown tin cloth shirt that covers his arms, as well as gloves, large like smith gloves. Yeah, that's essentially my guy. He's a little bit broken. He's in these he's in this market because he's sold um, by somebody who's found him, essentially it. Um, yeah.
Great. Is there anything else anybody would like to cover before we get into D&D?
But Garrett, you haven't introduced yourself.
Oh, you're totally right. I knew I was forgetting something.
Oh.
Oh, you wasn't gonna.
He's like,
I'm not
"Please
important.
Fucker, if I had to do it,
me.
you're gonna do it.
You got me. I'm Garrett. I'll be the DM for this campaign. that's it. It was really hard. Thanks, Dale, for pushing me
Since
through
we know Kokobo is new, how long have y'all been playing D&D?
What the fuck?
it. I've been playing D&D for 6 years now, because I'm a nerd,
I would say around
and I've
6
been
years.
DM for most of them.
Only
6 years
6
as
still?
well. We started when we were 16.
So how does that
17.
math?
How old?
17, I guess. But we didn't like really play that much
I
when we
started
were
when I was
16.
15.
It's like 7, I guess.
How many
7, 8.
campaigns have y'all played?
None. Like one, like a half.
To completion?
It
One.
depends on your definition of campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
Never
many?
one
How
to
many?
completion.
How many sessions?
Been a lot of one shots.
Okay,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, I've been a lot of one shots. Never really done a true campaign. This is my full true campaign.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah. Don't.
I'm
curse
being
it.
optimistic.
Don't curse it.
Yeah.
We got
Oh
this.
no. All right.
All right.
Shall we get started?
Yes.
Or,
Shall we?
sorry, shall we begin?
All right. As you guys have found yourselves in the market, it's about midday. Again, normally the markets you would expect would be much fuller, but it seems like
Chat doing okay?
most of the people who live here have kind of cleared out for one reason or another. The town of Passage, just to introduce it. You don't know, like, obviously you're not locals, any of you. However, it does have a small college that tries to and even often sends its professors onto the great colleges at Arcanix, the floating towers in the capital of Arendelle. So it's definitely got a good amount of prestige to it, but it's not the most prestigious. And it's an important town, but not the most important. As for this midday afternoon that you guys find yourselves in, it's also pretty quiet. The place has kept itself. You can kind of hear, if you try, voices across the marketplace. And as I say that, all of you can hear as it sounds like an old man kind of calling out in a very kind of like rushed way. I said stop! Slow down! At this point, Renalia, you hear a voice you've heard before as you've been trying to avoid this strange man from following you. When you thought you lost him, it seems you hasn't. You kind of look and you see him farther in the stalls.
Okay.
He's kind of moving past people on the marketplace. People kind of just are avoiding him. And if they see him even from a distance, you can kind of tell they kind of are like immediately just kind of moving their stuff out of the way.
Do we hear this?
Yeah, you hear a voice yelling in the distance. It definitely catches your ear because, I mean, this place has been pretty quiet, pretty settled. There just hasn't been anything catching to. Suddenly there's this man yelling from across the way. Not 40 feet from you.
I'm gonna kind of like blend in with the crowd, but kind of watch a little bit. Interesting at the man like shove. I assume he's shoving people, right?
Yeah, he's kind of moving. Most people are actually just getting out of their way.
This is kind of newer, so I'm intrigued as the little cat. So I'm gonna like kind of sneak in between the crowd and kind of look at him.
I'm just gonna keep moving. I can see him behind me, but I'm just gonna keep going and try to dip between people.
You take a step, and as you kind of try to move around, one of them bars your way, and you kind of notice that there's this guy and another guy definitely are paying a lot more attention to you, and immediately look to the old man following you, and seem like they've got something going on, some agreement.
Do I notice this?
Roll a perception.
Does it matter if I have a very high passive perception?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Would I notice this as I took more kind of like focus? Okay. Fuck.
No.
Damn.
Dale?
So I like to think that Shio is just
Can I get
very into
advantage?
the music he's playing right.
Oh, everybody starts with an inspiration token. I don't know if I said that.
All
Oh,
right.
nice.
I don't know.
Damn.
Kokobo, just you know what an inspiration token is. An inspiration token basically lets you re-roll a d20 once.
Oh,
It's a
gotcha.
consumable thing. You get more if you role play really well, and I decide you get more.
gotcha.
So
This is starting
Right.
off
Alright.
great.
Okay.
the sessions here was really great. So
Cool. I look up and see this man and try to sidestep him, saying, "Excuse me." Do I have to roll for anything like that?
no, you can go ahead and say that, and he basically, if anything, kind of gets more in your way, more clearly in the center, and crosses his arms. As he does so, he kind of almost like moves closer towards, like pushes one side towards you, and you clearly see what looks to be like a mace at his side hanging from his belt. As he's kind of like trying to intimidate you to just kind of stop. As he kind of does this and kind of makes himself stand all, he's clearly taller, and as other people have moved out of their way, Brandon and Code, you both see kind of guy, at least one guy standing in her way, very clearly blocking her path. This woman's path.
So I look at him, kind of smile, and say, "Excuse me" again, and try to move further out of his way, not towards him, just kind of to the right, towards, or not right, but like behind me, towards this way.
Okay. As you do so, one of them, the one that was on your, now that you're backing away, the one that's on your right reaches out and tries to grab you. Can you roll either a
Sure.
athletics or an acrobatics check?
Sure.
Um,
Should I just click it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You kind of see him and slip right past us. He kind of seems surprised that his hand's now a little wet. And kind of keep moving
Oh.
back.
that's
At this
actually
point,
disgusting.
I hope that's a clean wet.
Oh god.
you kind of see that you turn that the wizard has now moved and is kind of just blocking that road out. There's a building that's completely shut behind you, and you see that the bandit that or the guard that tried to grab you is kind of now moving in to block the other path, and the other
May
guard is just moving towards you.
may I kind of again weave in between the crowd to get closer, just for my own curiosity.
Yeah, there's actually, if you kind of start to move forward, you kind of take a second and realize that most of the crowd is cleared out. Most of the vendors have kind of like temporarily closed up shop and are kind of just
Can I?
trying to get away from whatever is about to happen.
So I'm
Can I-
gonna
Okay.
assume I've seen this whole thing, right?
Yeah, at this point, it's very obvious. Now that more people have cleared out, like you've seen people leave, you're kind of
Mhm.
watching as these, whoever they are, kind of trying to intimidate or do something to this poor woman.
Okay, so Shio's gonna take his loot and slide it onto his back. Flip it around and just saunter up to one of those fine young gentlemen that is harassing this lady, and tap him on the shoulder.
He definitely seems confused and kind of looks to his companion, and then looks behind him and looks at you and says, "I'd get out of here if I were you, boy.
Right, sorry, sir. Could you tell me what's going on?
None of your business."
Are you sure about that? I mean, I think everything's a little bit of my business, isn't it?
While this is happening,
Mhm.
Rain is trying to slyly move out of the way and just move past them while he's distracted towards
Yeah, I want to try
here.
to really just keep him engaged in talking with me, whether that's through just irritating him or whatever means.
All right. If you would like to roll some charisma check, persuasion if you have proficiency, or something else if you see more fit for a distraction check, question mark.
Yeah.
And then if Rain can roll a stealth check.
Sure.
Will, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for a chance to talk.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, so since I'm with a dude who's trying to sell me, I turn to him and I'm like, sir, hello?
You kind of turn as you say this and realize that he's kind of like inside the little vending area behind you, like peeking out behind the door, and he kind of just looks at you.
Okay. I'm off to use the restroom. I'll be back.
I think I shall too. And he kind of turns and just kind of you see him hastily walk inside the building.
All right. So and then I walk towards where she is, or where I heard the commotion. I don't know how far you're letting me walk, but
No, yeah, this is all kind of floaty.
yeah. No, it's a restroom.
Funny. All right. Brandon, you're kind of trying to talk to this guy, and you notice that the woman is trying to kind of slip out towards your side now that he's distracted, but he goes ahead and just kind of looks very confused. And you see he quickly just looks across your chest, kind of like hastily, and then just kind of shakes his head and just ignores what the rest of you're saying as he turns. But you see Rain has kind of used this time, this little gap, to squeeze past, and is now at least not being cornered by the three men. You guys all kind of notice, if you're watching, the wizard is just kind of coming closer hastily, kind of shaking a stick. It looks like what looks to be a stick at you guys.
Right. Well, I do think I could be of service. I mean, I could serve as a mediator, perhaps, with whatever debacle you have going on.
Oh, there's no debacle. I think they've just got the wrong person. And she tries to move closer towards, I guess, Aaron, and doesn't even realize that he's there.
Just this weird statue thing that's like.
Okay. All right.
Will, are you?
Ma'am, do you need assistance?
Hey, Will.
Will, your camera.
Oh no.
Oh, my bad.
So awkward.
It's just funny.
No, I think I'm okay.
Very well.
She
And
looks
then I walk
around.
away.
And she's like, oh.
He just walks away.
Well, thank you
Very awkward.
anyways.
He believes you.
Rain keeps trying to make her way out of the market. Not sure where to go.
Aaron, as you start to turn, you all kind of see and hear a thunk and a little sizzle as you see like the remnants of a firebolt as it lands into kind of the wooden pole next to you, holding up the tents above. And as you kind of turn and look, you see that the wizard seems kind of stopped where he's moving, and you kind of can tell that there's a weird. You can definitely tell that the magic he just sent out a little bolt towards you guys as he yells, "I said stop! If you're not even going to listen to my offer, then I'm going to take that as a personal slight."
What a dick.
I'm not interested. I don't know you.
Please, do not use magic in a public facility.
This has been your public
And
service announcement.
And he starts like walking towards where that commotion
She's obviously
is.
startled. She has not seen a Warforged and doesn't know what it is, and she's actually kind of scared.
Where is this wizard? Is this the wizard over here?
This guy.
This one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He starts making his way over there. I don't know how far.
Yeah, those are the other two guys that are kind of were getting in her way. You kind of yell this out, and he yells, "Oh, what do you think you are? Where's your leader?"
My leader? I have no leader. I have a father.
He kind of
Rain is
seems very
visibly
confused and a little like, and then you kind of see him get annoyed and say, They've let you get away with too much. I'll deal with you after. Kind of starts to move forward, kind of now just walking towards Rain again. At this point, the other two are kind of also kind of moving in.
Sir, I'm on a very, very important mission, and I don't have time. I would like to leave, so I'm just gonna go. Okay?
I
Thank
can
you.
confirm that whatever I have in store is much more important than whatever you've got.
I don't have anything yet. I'm going to get the thing that I'm looking for. So, oh, okay. Also, fireballs in a public place are dangerous. You're not supposed to do that.
I can do what I want. Kind of at this point is up closer to you, kind of between. Yeah, he kind of stops just because there's a Warforged standing between you and him. But he
She's
seems
kind of
very
peeking
annoyed.
around the Warforged. Obviously not a threat at this point.
Aaron takes out his shield. He's like, I'll need you to step away.
See, he's nice.
You kind of say this. He just kind of at this point just shakes his head and looks very annoyed, and then just walks past you,
Okay.
Oh no.
like up and around.
This is the most passive
I'm
aggressive
gonna-
fight I've ever seen.
It's not a fight,
Rain
it's
is
just a nice conversation.
visibly
Exactly.
disturbed by this, and I would like to roll Mage Hand to try and shove him back. Can I do that?
Okay, so you basically cast Mage Hand right in front of him, and you kind of see it kind of catches him off guard. And at this point, he kind of like pushes past it, and then just goes, "How dare you attack me!" and goes ahead and casts another cantrip at you.
Great.
Can I take an attack of opportunity? Because he's doing it like right in front of me.
He's still next to you. You can't take an
Okay.
attack opportunity until he like walks away from you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know what spell he's casting, or
Yeah, it's a simple cantrip. It's the same firebolt at you, flings right past you. I mean, this one you can tell this one was actually aiming at you, as he seems kind of angry, and he's closer. You guys can tell he's a little, maybe not 100% there. He seems a little confused. He has like nice clothing, however, which kind of is a bit of a weird, like distinction between what he seems like and what he's wearing and what he's like equipped with. Seems like a weird misconnection.
shrieks and starts trying to dart the other way toward Shio, away from as far away as she can. What do I have to roll for any of that?
No, you go ahead and back up, and he kind of like is far enough away that he can't quite grab you. But at this point, he yells out, "Just go ahead and grab her, and let's move on." At this point, everybody roll initiative.
Ba, 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 ba.
Kokobo, do you know how to roll initiative?
I don't.
Okay,
So
it's no problem. On the top of your character sheet, in the core,
Mhm.
just in the top row, there's just a little button that says initiative, and you'll just click it.
Jesus,
to the
you
wall.
two.
Got it.
Oh, sorry.
And you'll just have your token selected. Yep. And then it'll automatically line up to the side.
Good lord.
I got a 14.
And
I don't see yours.
Yeah, but it didn't track.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
There you go.
So weird.
I got a 14. I like that.
It didn't get added to the thing. Is that what you're saying?
I just now got
What-
added
what do
because
you-
I didn't have my token selected.
Oh, okay.
I just did it
But you got
without
on the
it.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
but now I got it. I guess I'm 10 now. That's fine. That happens.
And then I've got to. I'm just adding everybody else's. Sorry.
No, you're good.
There we go.
Who? Cass will have the
Yes.
first initiative.
So, well, Shio right now.
Yeah, my bad. Shio. I don't know where the fuck I pulled that out of.
Yeah. Who knows? Thinking of my last character in our last campaign, obviously. Anyways,
The
so
dumbest.
Shio is going to say, right, well, I think that's quite enough of that. So, and then he's going to do a snap and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the one right next to me.
Great. What is the saving throw for that?
That would be a 13, and it has to be Wisdom.
13. All right. You go ahead and cast the spell. At this point, he was pulling out his mace and go ahead and cast this. He kind of just catches himself off guard and turns to you with a pretty wide smile on his face as he starts just releasing this very kind of slow and weird and then kind of tumbles over. In this
Right? It's quite funny how bad that wizard's aim is, isn't it?
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That was my action, so all else I could do is move. He does fall prone, by the way.
Yep.
Yep.
Tumbles over in laughter.
Which one?
Is it an action to draw your
One
weapon?
next to. No, that is a free. You get one free. You can pull
Okay.
or stow.
And I
anything.
forget the rules. So if you're prone, if you're getting up from prone, actually wait, you have to have a feat to have attack of opportunity, don't you?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Damn.
Normally, if they just go prone, you don't get an instant attack opportunity. Only if they willingly leave your influence area.
I'm gonna move slightly closer to the wizard. So 5. Actually, I'll just move right in front of her, and then in my turn.
Great. It is Aaron next.
I'm going to shove. Or Aaron's gonna take his shield and he's gonna shove him down. Let the wizard down.
Push him prone, right?
Yeah, push him. Oh, I had to roll.
Yes.
My bad.
Against his. What is it against?
It's either his athletics or his dexterity or acrobatics.
You go ahead and kind of shove. You're in an awkward position, kind of both trying to make sure he doesn't move past you. And as you do so, he he's a little stronger than you thought to initially. He looks very frail, but he goes ahead and just kind of shoulder checks you back, pushing against you, and you see he's kind of standing firm with a weird kind of glint in his eye. Anything else?
I can't do another attack, can I?
No, just the one.
Yeah,
Not yet.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, exactly. That is it. Then it will be the guards' turns. The one that Brandon cast the spell on is still laughing. If anything, the laughing has only grown louder. On the ground, he just seems kind of out of it. As for the other one, he goes ahead and takes a step up to join the mad guy casting spells, and just kind of seems very annoyed. And he saw that you went ahead and cast a spell on his pal Brandon, so he goes ahead and swings down at Sojo.
Okay.
What is your AC?
That would be 13.
All right. He goes ahead and swings down, and you kind of pretty cleanly move out of the way. It just barely kind of taps across your leather. Are you assuming you're wearing leather armor?
Yes.
Great. Your leather. But most of it was just cleanly as you move out of the way. So kind of swings, kind of seeming very caught off guard with how kind of relatively fast you are. And with that, it is Star's turn.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You kind of see this chaos unraveling in front
Yeah.
of you.
I'm gonna go ahead and just walk over here, and I'm just gonna go and take care of this guy. I'm gonna go and roll for attack. Do I get advantage, right? Because he's prone.
Yeah, you get advantage. It's
Cool.
actually, yes, you definitely get advantage.
That hit. Cool. Definitely. I assume that hit.
Yes.
Okay.
That
and
hit.
I assume I get sneak attack.
I would be concerned if
my
a 20
level 1
did
challenge.
not hit.
I love to make my players flee in terror. In the
Yeah.
first attack.
Look.
He's also prone.
Yeah.
Who
Go ahead and
knows?
roll for damage.
Oh, hold on.
I like the check. I respect it. I appreciate it.
And then plus.
So 9 total damage.
Yes.
Sharp damage.
Mhm.
Great.
It's piercing damage.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay.
You go ahead. And I said sharp damage isn't a thing, Dale.
Where'd you get the 1d6 from?
He's a
Sneak
rogue,
attack.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I'm definitely-
Anytime you gain
I'm-
an advantage or they're prone, you would gain a sneak attack.
Ah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
Helping you out.
being prone. He gets
Cool.
the extra.
Why do you think I
otherwise
went for this
Yeah.
target
You're
instead of the
welcome.
other ones?
Yeah. The first streak of blood is you go ahead and see these kind of guys trying to attack this strange woman. You go ahead and quickly pick a side and run over and slink straight into the side of this guy. He kind of mid laugh, kind of moves out of the way a little bit.
Let's see if he passes.
Still laughing somehow as he bleeds profusely. As he kind of is like this weird kind of. The laugh is just getting stranger. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, is that your turn? Dan?
It's hideous. Absolutely hideous.
Disgusting.
Absolutely.
He looks very pale at this point. Like he immediately, very strained look as he laughs. So
I'm gonna just say like you're really weird.
that's true.
I just have nothing to say. I don't know if it was from a spell. I just assume he just
doesn't respond.
yeah. This is
Keeps
really
laughing.
weird.
I don't know what to tell you. But he does look very pale. He looks very like you definitely heard him. With that, oh god, this is gonna be sad. Yeah, but this is okay. It is the wizard's turn, or whoever this poor old man is. As he goes ahead and just puts his hands together and says something quickly under his breath. Can both Aaron and Rain make a Aaron, Rain, and
Shio.
Shio,
Shio.
thank you. Shio, make a dexterity saving throw.
As per usual, I'm unaffected.
Yes.
That's
As
because
per
you're.
Is that a
We don't have to sweat the details, Brandon.
Where's Dex? Oh. Wow.
Okay.
Right, this is yeah.
Chill out. I don't know what you're doing right now with the whole like tracking how far something is. But I need you to chill out.
So- Oh, that poor guy.
Oh,
Anyway.
jeez. Oh no.
Oh, get fucked.
Oh, what a poor shame. Okay. So what did everybody roll? Will got a 21. Will got a 20.
Not good.
Shiho got a 6. All right.
Ooh.
Brandon-
I spent all my
was-
energy dodging.
You move out of the way of this mace just for the old man as he casts this spell. Wave of fire kind of hits you into the back, surprising you. Aaron and Rain both kind of move behind as the wave of fire hits. It still hurts, and you feel this wave of heat, but not quite as bad as the heat that hit Shio. Okay. So Shio, you'll take 9 damage.
Ouch.
Yes. And the other 2 will take 4 each. Fire damage. If that matters. As he casts this cone of fire flames right in front of him. That is, however, it for his turn, and it is Rain's turn.
Well, I am down because I took 9 damage
You guys watch the
at
wave
level
of fire
1.
overcoming
Rain
Cass, pushes him forward, and he
panics.
just drops.
Rain panics and sees all of this as she's dodging out of the way, and instinctively casts Fog Cloud. I assume roll for that, right?
I believe with Fog Cloud, you just pick an area and it covers it. Rolling might be involved in the spell later, but you successfully will cast it always. You'll just pick the area that it affects.
So she, out of fear, casts Fog Cloud as far as she can, grabs the bard by his loot strap, and tries to grab the robot, or the Warforged, but I'm unsure if she can actually move him, considering he seems like he's pretty sturdy.
You
And
can
she says,
talk
"Come
to
with
him.
me."
Yeah.
Oh, very well. Seems there's some inclement weather in this area.
Do you think you can carry? I'm not very strong. I think he's hurt.
Absolutely. And I just like, I like awkwardly like carry her up by the armpits and like I start like walking
Okay.
away with her.
Let's
And
go
I'm just
this way.
like-
Follow me. She starts running and guiding them towards the poor man that she doesn't even notice is there, because I'm gonna say that the fog, it's 120 feet, so she was down here, so it's pretty far. It's probably past Star as well.
Yeah, so each square is
5 feet, yeah.
5 feet.
5 feet.
Yes.
Okay, so the entire market
Pretty
is
far.
basically covered
Yeah.
now. She tries to lead them out and gets a little confused. Finds Star and puts up her fists, ready to put up another attack if she has to. So she's defensive right now. And she says, "Who are you? Are you trying to kill? Are you trying to attack me too?"
Look, I'm just trying to make sure everyone's okay. Y'all interrupted my cape browsing, so I'm a little upset.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to leave, and this poor guy is almost dead. I don't know. So we're just gonna go. Please don't kill us. And she tries to move away from him.
Hold on. Where's Brandon? Where's Gio?
He's in.
So you see this giant robot walk by, and he's currently holding me out like this, and I'm just like sitting there with his arms on my armpit, like.
The only reason I joined is because the loot guy was a good guy, I assumed, and now he's on someone's back? What happened?
No,
Oh, you're...
I'm like this.
Yeah, just like a.
Yeah, he's holding me like
I don't know, like a bull.
a dog in front of you.
in
Yeah.
a turn, I went from like, oh, this guy with the loot, what a badass. I saw him put away a loot and get ready to a fight, and now I see him carried by his armpits. So my view on you went from, oh my god, what a badass, to, oh my god, what a bitch. Real fast.
Well, little Tabaxi, if you want to join us, you're more than welcome. Stay here. This wizard's crazy.
What in the fuck?
She just tries to keep leaving, with them behind them, trying to run as fast as she can out of the area.
All right, you guys kind of, as you're making your way, you kind of hear just rampant yelling behind you. So you're carrying Shiho, right, Aaron?
Mhm.
All right, you're moving a little slower because of it.
Oh, okay.
It's not quite like half speed. It's more like 2/3, but it's like a. How strong are you? Actually, wait. I think you're 15, but you could be more.
I'm 16.
Never mind. Oh, you're 16? Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah, 16.
All right. My bad. I think you're 15. My bad. Okay, you're pretty much a pretty well able to hold Shio without.
Not
too
only
much.
that, but you're holding him in the most awkward possible way.
Definitely not. Yeah, it's not.
Not optimal.
But it is a Warforged, so I guess I'll say okay. So you're able to kind of move him. Do you guys do any? He looks worse for wear. To clarify, like he looks like he's with every bump as you're kind of moving away quickly. I mean, there's kind of like a little bit of like he looks in pain with every single step. You get the feeling
Okay.
if you probably do
Yeah, I'm gonna
something to help.
do like I'll do a first I'll talk to him. Are you holding in there, all guys? I'm like, I turn him so like he's
So she was just like this.
Hey,
ah
hey, big guy, over the shoulder.
over the
Okay,
over the shoulder.
like that. Here you go. Come on.
I do like a perfect like medicine hold like you do in the military where like do that.
Oh,
By, like, the arms
how
and
did
the
you
leg.
do it? I have to know.
Fireman's
Is
carry.
I get that. Is the
Yeah,
back
fireman's carry.
is the back on your shoulder, or is the stomach on your shoulder? I have to know this.
I have to know this
It's
too.
so the leg. I'm holding. Okay, so I'm holding the leg or one of the legs, and his like torso is across my shoulders. And the torso is across my shoulders. Okay, and the arm is like connected to the leg, and I'm holding them both. Yeah, it's a fireman's carry.
I love it.
I get that. Is the stomach up, like facing towards the sky, or facing
No,
towards
it's-
your?
You can't like
You can't-
fucking.
I get that.
You can't do the other way around.
I get that, but I don't know if
He's
you
not
just,
a
I don't
fucking-
know if you just slung him like this and just like whipped his back and cracked his back or
mean,
not.
I do it relatively gentle. I don't
Okay.
crack his back.
Okay. I have to ask because you picked him up by his armpits.
I'm
So,
I'm a
see-
very awkward warforged. If you don't.
All you see is a sigh of relief come from my character going, okay. Odd group, but it's fine.
Rain is
Could be.
visibly confused but happy.
Is this better now?
If we can get him out of here, I can try and heal him up. I have a couple of. We need to get away from this guy.
Roll a just general intelligence check. Rain.
Bu- bu- bu-
Roll a medicine check, actually.
Character sheet, come to me.
You doing good, Gear.
Okay.
You judging from the wave of heat that hit his back, you get the feeling that you need to try some immediate care very quickly. The more you move, the more you risk him having either permanent damage across his back or not being able to fully bounce back. I mean, this was a powerful wave of magic that hit his back. So you're gonna need quick, immediate care.
I will say my
Best
character will say, I will keep him occupied if you guys want to run.
I need to give him immediate care. He's literally burning alive. So if you're quick and you want to try and distract this guy, I can try to help him. Can you do that?
Sure, why not?
Thank
I'll
you.
be the jack of all trades. Whatever you need, my darling.
Thank you. And she immediately takes her satchel and starts rummaging through it, trying to find things. Obviously, there's a lot of things inside of it that she probably didn't need to bring with her on this journey, but she brought them anyways. So she's digging through it, trying to find it. She's like, just hold on, Mr. Bard. I will help you in a second.
Whose turn is it?
One moment.
We're kind of floating between turns right now.
Okay.
I like
the
to
fog
think
cloud has
my-
kind of put a temporary pause on things.
I like to
Which
think
is
my
also
little
kind
health
of-
potions in my coat are just like dangling in front.
Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
was
ding,
gonna
ding,
try to
ding.
make a perception check to try to feel around for the person and just do a quick stab, and try to
Into the fog cloud.
try to I know he's right in front of me, so I'm gonna use my intelligence to kind of feel around.
Oh,
I can hear the
so-
cackling, right? I can just try to pinpoint it.
He stopped laughing. Once that wave of heat, which you felt the heat in front of you, it didn't do anything to you. You kind of just like blinked a little bit. When you looked up, the guy in front of you stopped moving. He just looks like he is, the blood is trickling. He
Fantastic.
looks like he is incapacitated. And then the fog cloud hit.
I'm gonna
and covered
use
everything. So you kind of
deception
okay.
and move a little bit to the right more, because they're still in the fog cloud, right? Ray and all them, or so is the spellcasters and the other guard, right? That I know of.
As far as you can tell, they looked like the fog cloud was centered around
Okay, I'm gonna
roughly where they were.
shout in deception, "Come, follow me this way," as I try to lead more this way, to try to lure the other two more my way instead of going forward. Because I assume, in their mind, they're just going to run straight. So I'm going to try to have them just run more towards my voice instead.
So you're gonna kind of run over closer to that side and yell out this way.
Yeah, and then I'll make a
Right.
hide afterwards to try to sneak, because I'll hide behind the caravan to kind of sneak back to them.
Roll a deception check with advantage,
Cool.
since they obviously are very disorientated, given the fog cloud.
And then
I
I know which one to take.
Fantastic. All right, we're gonna kind of slide back into the initiative. So Shio, if you could make a death saving throw,
Yes.
Oh my god, you're so
starting off. First of the so Kokobo, this is a good time to explain death saving throws to you. If
Okay.
you are at 0 HP, you're not dead yet. You have you'll roll a death saving throw, which is just a D20 flat. Rarely are there any modifiers to it. If you get a 10 plus, it's a success, and if you get a 9 or less, it's a failure. 3 successes and you're stabilized, so you're not gonna die. You're just at 0 HP, and 3 failures, you're dead. Your character does not recover.
Is he
Um,
at 0 right now?
Yeah, Brandon hit 0 when
Oh,
that
shit.
thing. So he is unconscious. He's incapacitated.
Sorry.
He's kind of drifting
I
in
didn't
and
know
out
that.
of. That's why I was. That's why I was like, he needs care right now.
Okay.
Okay,
That makes
since
sense.
I got
Sorry, I thought
a
Brandon said that.
12,
Uh-huh.
can we say I drift just briefly back into consciousness? Be like, potion.
Yes.
Can I, as
Clearly, Rain and Aaron both hear him go. Potions in coat. Kind of back out of consciousness.
hey,
Yes.
Brandon, as the bard, whenever Kokobo needs to be explained or anything like that, can you make a little jaunty tune like da 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 da, kind of a nice little
I love it.
Hey,
We won't
did you
need very
know
many,
the death
but I
death
was
saving
like,
throw?
Kokobo will need to know what this is, so that way she understands if that 12 was good or bad.
Okay.
Just
That's
like
good. That's a success.
Yeah.
Rain hears this and looks up and is shocked, and she just stops rummaging through, and she's like, "Oh, you're awake. Oh, okay." And she just starts digging through his coat and trying to find what he's looking for until she finally pulls out one of the
Logan-
potions.
I set him down.
Yes. Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, I
it's-
set him
Okay.
down.
It's your turn.
Cool.
Aaron.
Hopefully
I-
gently.
Gently.
So he gently lays him down.
Okay, so I'm down a potion now, I assume.
Yes. So, Aaron, you can kind of help Rain find it. Kind of.
Yeah.
down in. Potions. Just I think we covered this in session 0, but just a friendly reminder. Action to use for somebody else. To help somebody else imbibe it, and then a bonus action if you are imbibing your own potion. So that'll
It's 2d4 plus 2, right? For the
be
first.
yes, for the common one. So that'll effectively be Aaron's action as you
Yep.
set Shio down and help get the potion down his throat. But you see him immediately recover. The healing potion works wonders. Notice a little tiny symbol on the healing potion, just a classic, the symbol of House Tarasco. the healing Dragon Mark house, as they pretty much have made almost every healing potion in all of Corvair. They're pretty spread out. Kind of put it down his throat, and he immediately kind of coughs and regains consciousness almost immediately. And you kind of see the burns on his back, and then you kind of see back.
Right, I
Well,
guess you
that-
can't dodge all of them.
That's better than my bog water I was going to give you.
I apologize. I don't have lotion for you.
Well,
I might have some, or it might be mud. I'm
I
not
think I'm
quite
good,
sure.
but thank you.
I'll
I'll have
give
to
you
try
some later.
some of your water later.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're better. Can we get out of here, please?
I'm so glad Star is not in this conversation right now.
Oh,
Well-
wait! The cat! Oh, the tabaxi! Oh no! We need to get him!
If we're
he,
able,
He ran.
it might be best to try to take care of these people before they come after you again. If I might suggest, that is.
Can we?
As
got
you
some
say
confidence.
this,
Well, I was only caught unaware. It's
you
hard to
kinda go
dodge
ahead
two
and
things at
hear.
once, I would say.
Fair.
Dale, so you
Besides-
stayed in the fog cloud, right?
Yes.
That is correct. Okay, good.
I tried to be more on the edge though. Like I tried to be like, you know, like when
Yeah,
it
you're
like
kinda
it starts
like
like
on
kind of more
the-
dissipate. Like I could see there's an end. Kind of be more on the edge, so when I back out, I know I'll be close to the edge.
Roll a perception check.
Absolutely. Disadvantage?
No.
Not 20.
Great. So as you're kind of on the edge, you go ahead and kind of peek your head out, and you see one of the thugs, one of the people working with that old man, kind of pop their head out and look very confused over on the side street. He kind of just looks around, looking very confused. That's it. You just kind of see him
Okay.
disorientated. You seem to have successfully confused him, at least. It is your turn.
May I
You hear them
walk
talking.
through the shadows and sneak attack him?
Roll a stealth
Absolutely.
with advantage, obviously.
I just
So
got
as you
a
go
nat
into the
20, so I'm
fog, I
scared.
assume, not the shadows.
Oh. Oh.
Well, there you go.
We should use roll 20 more.
All right.
Go ahead and roll an attack with advantage.
Oh fuck. I have to hit.
There's more rolls coming. Shout out to Andrew.
Ooh.
The same.
Roll damage with
Okay.
sneak attack.
Oh, wait, okay, one day we'll get this
Hey,
programmed
Andrew.
in. Hello, Andrew.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll go through the sheets once I can figure it out, and I'll just kind of try and fix things. Did you roll the same? Yeah, you both rolled 17 both times. That's funny. All right, you go ahead and kind of peek out of the fog cloud as this guy kind of looks around very confused and just slinks straight into his shoulder, cutting kind of relatively deep. He looks very annoyed, kind of still able to use that hand, kind of turns around and looks at you with the mace in his hand. At least you got a good hit into him, but he's still standing.
You know, usually they die from the first hit.
He doesn't
got
respond.
I mean, I've got nothing for that. I
He
just
just looks angry. He
I'm kinda
definitely got a good hit. This guy looks weaker, but he's still standing. This guy just kind of looks angry, I guess, more than anything.
want to play cards or anything.
If that is
Who
it,
did he hit? The wizard?
No, I am
no,
now right here.
He is over here.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yep, that's it. Oh God. Okay.
It is an auto will.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
It's animal abuse.
All right. So, Star, you kind of go ahead and peek out, stab this guy. This guy kind of growls back at you, and you kind of back into the fog, kind of trying to use it to obscure you. And as you kind of back up into the fog, you actually bump into someone. You kind of turn around and can you roll a perception check with disadvantage?
Who? Me?
Yes, Star.
Okay. Sorry, my brother asked me for very pertinent information. Something about taxes. Sorry.
Silly. Who cares about taxes? That's not
Crazy.
important.
Not.
All right. Perception.
Yes, twice with disadvantage.
I thought I rolled it twice. Okay, character sheet. You be a dick.
Just
Oh, I rolled four. Okay,
okay,
okay, it did.
so
it did
four.
roll.
You have
Four
no
is the
idea who this
disadvantage.
is.
It's fine. Yeah, okay, so you kind of turn around and bump into it, and you don't see who it is at first at all, and you're very kind of confused. You still know that the other dude is behind you, and as you kind of sit there on guard a little bit, very confused, you hear, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see where they went?"
Oh, of course, yeah. They ran to the right. As I point, I point.
You point.
I point, and I point,
Point.
like kind of like to the right, where it's kind of like an opening, but there's like, because I kind of like I assume rummaged a little bit back where I like made the noise,
Yeah.
so there's a little bit
Okay,
of like
you
rummage. So I
point
kind of
and
like
say
point towards like the rummaging.
You kind of see this figure that bumped into you kind of in this fog. You can't quite make out, but you kind of have an idea, obviously, of who it is. And you see him kind of turn a little bit to the right, and then he stops. And he goes, "Wait, Roger? Ooh, can you say that again?"
Pause.
All right,
Spider-Man
it's
pointing.
Rain's turn. Rain, what would you like to do? You kind of
At
see this
this
weird
point,
movement going on in the corner.
At this point, Rain has already tried to move this way with the party. She calls out, little Tabaxi? I don't know your name, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Nothing.
Oh, great.
Not a single
You
word.
hear an older voice call, "Oh, there you are!" Kind of yell out.
I under my breath. Fuck.
Oh no.
When does the fog start to dwindle down?
Yeah, how many rounds does it last? What's the duration?
So
It's
it is
an hour, isn't it?
An hour? It's a concentration spell for an hour. So concentration means that you can't cast another concentration spell, and if you take damage, it might get decast. Also, if you choose at literally any point, you can just be like, "It's gone." If you choose.
Oh my god, she's gonna be like, pause. She's gonna be like Aang in that one scene from Avatar where Sokka, not Sokka, and just
Funny.
So, Kokobo,
yes.
just so you know, each round is 6 seconds real time.
Really?
Yes, so
Yeah,
that's
this is
all
all
of us
kind of
taking our
happening
turns.
at
Yeah.
once, very quickly.
Mhm. So it's
Okay.
kind of weird. So if you have like a really prolonged fight, your entire session can take place over like 2 minutes.
Over 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
If the fights
Wow.
take for a while.
So
Yeah.
Earlier when you guys were kind of having a mini conversation, it was basically a pause because the other guys were in the fog cloud, obviously a little confused.
Mhm.
So you bought yourself a little
I
bit of
will
time, and so I kind
say-
of squeezed it out.
sometimes we get theatrical minutes.
Theatrical.
So like when you were like doing the awkward pauses and such like that, that's theatrical like seconds and minutes. Like you can take your time to kind of do like really funny things.
Okay.
Am I explaining? Is that fair, Garrett? Am I allowed to like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, everything. I mean, it's as hard a rule as
Yeah.
we make it. As hard a rule. That's just the good rule of thumb. Is the whole round will take place over 6 seconds, so not like individual turns. It's
Our
all
goal
kind
is
of
to
happening
have
at once.
fun.
Yeah, and so if like something will happen, then somebody's like does the math and is like, "I'll have you know this takes 7 seconds." I'm gonna tell them to screw off, right? Like,
You have my
But-
permission if someone says it in chat to tell them to screw off.
yeah, like, and if the vice versa, if it's only like 4 seconds, I'm not. You're just as long as once you do your action, bonus action, your turn is done. Anyway, so
So
we're gonna go ahead, and that was probably enough communication. I guess that was Shio's point. Would you like to do anything with your action and/or bonus action, or would you like to decast the fog cloud? Once you decast it, it's gone. You would have to recast it with a spell slot. I believe you only have one.
okay, so this is gonna be a technicality, but I hope it works. She trips over the body that he left, and hits the ground, and accidentally makes the fog come back. Just because she's not focused on it anymore. So she lands on the other side of the body, like right on top of him, or like right there, and is loud enough that she hits one of like the stalls and knocks up one of the baskets and everything, and is just trying to get up. So I accidentally bring back the cloud.
So the cloud is currently there at the start of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
So are you trying to quickly remove it and then bring it back?
No. She like takes it down, like on accident.
Oh, okay, you're just bringing it down.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine.
because she trips
And
over
now
this
you're
guy.
prone.
That's all right. You could use the rest of your turn to stand back
That's
up
true.
15 feet.
Okay.
It takes half your movement to stand up if you're ever prone.
Cool.
So, so if you still have 15 feet
Uh,
of movement left, you can pick yourself back up for free.
You can cast a
She-
spell on the ground, but
That is also true.
I don't know what that
a
means.
little more difficult, I think.
You can just cast a spell if you wanted, but you would stay. Prone has its
Oh,
advantage.
okay.
That was just a mild. Like you can cast a spell while on the ground.
Hmm.
That is true.
Gotcha. So like if you trip, still cast like an ability.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or
Yeah,
if somebody
just trying to
pushes
make sure you know
prone.
your options.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well,
But-
she's just being clumsy. So she awkwardly tries to pick herself and looks around and realizes that she took down the fog and whispers. And that's my turn. She notices Star, by the way.
Mhm.
And that's it.
And yeah, Shio, now that you're kind of picking yourself up off the ground,
Yes.
feeling a bit better, and Aaron, you both see this cat tabaxi.
Did the fog disappear, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Sorry.
It's Shio's turn.
Okay. So yeah, she would just like picks himself up the ground, just wipes the dirt off real fast, and then just stops and is like pulls the loot over real fast to check to see if it's damaged.
Roll a quick perception.
Yo, if it's damaged, I'm gonna cry.
Oh no.
Like, I'll cry for you. It's the only reason I joined was because of the loot.
Just real quick as you give a quick cursory glance.
Man.
As far as you can tell, it looks fine.
And then,
Classic.
then Shio's gonna say, right, well that makes it a little more difficult, but we do have the numbers on them. And then is going to
Yes, but there's
Pass.
2 over here and only 1 of me.
Oh no.
You're right. So I'm gonna cast
Not that I can't handle it, of course, but like, some help would be nice.
Dissonant Whispers. How do you use the range thing to see if you're in range?
Click the little. I usually do snap to center, but you can do a few other ways. It's like a little ruler in a circle, and then you'll just
Oh,
click
yeah,
on
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
and move it over.
Oh yeah, definitely in range.
Perfect.
It's like
you can use
60
this
feet.
if you guys are ever trying to describe something. Yeah, this is a great way to be like, I'm going to put a circle over here or throw something. This arrow is very convenient for all of you to use. Feel free. It's very helpful. Thank you. Anyway, yes.
And how do you do
Dissonant
it again?
Whispers. On the left top where it's like got the select and all of that stuff.
Oh.
There's the ruler and the circle, and you just click on
Hmm.
that, and there's a few options, and then you can just be like, whoop.
Sweet. Okay. Cool.
And you can tell whose arrow it is based on its color.
By
So
the
mine's like
color,
green,
Yeah.
which you guys
Nice.
can change the color. I don't know if you know that. But...
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna cast.
If
She was gonna
enemies are-
cast Dissonant Whispers on the mage, since kind of upset about that fire.
Thanks,
It's
Karina.
kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Just a little bit.
Hi, Karina, too.
when-
Hi.
Put that in the chat.
Yes. Put the text.
Do you have it on the? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. That's what I
Yep,
wanted. Yep. Wisdom saving throw, and it's 13, right? So 13.
Yes.
All right.
So
Go ahead and roll damage.
awesome. So
I guess you always roll damage.
Yeah, so you see Dale, Star sees Theo say, "You're right," and then you just see him like mumble a bit as it looks like he's just like speaking to himself, and then all of a sudden you see some pain coming up in that wizard in front of you, which I roll, is it 3d6?
Yes, it is 3d6. Alrighty.
Yeah, I
was
just
the
whispered,
most-
"Payback's a bitch."
The most average roll possible.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Go ahead and cast the spell, and as you do, the Star, you're the one kind of right in front of this guy, and currently the guy kind of turned, but he turned back to you first, and you go ahead and see in the corner of your eye, Shio cast a spell, and the old kind of man immediately kind of goes to turn, and he goes, "Ka! Ah! Ah! Ah!" and just falls over straight, just coughs one last time, and just falls straight forward. Unmoving.
So
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Shio?
Can I tell his last Goonie? Can I try to persuade his last Goonie?
Yeah,
Okay.
just as a free action. Yeah. Given the
Yes.
situation.
Given the
If
situation.
you'd like to persuade, intimidate, or do anything else,
I will
it's your
try
choice.
to persuade because I feel like it's more fitting.
the first one of the night, boys.
Let's go.
Natural one.
In response, what are you saying? What exactly was the?
Did you boost him?
What?
What are you
Did I
saying?
what?
What are you saying?
Yeah, what are you
Brandon?
saying?
Oh,
Brandon?
okay, yeah. I'm trying. Let me think of something good for that one.
What?
I'm gonna be like, right. So since your friend is, and then I'm gonna pause and be like, and then remember. I think I actually saw something really bad go on with my loot, and I'm just gonna whip it back in front of me before I even finish the sentence.
In response, the guy just kind of looks up, looks at you, looks back at that guy, and yells back, "He was gonna pay me!" and just seems to start swinging wildly at Star in front of him. It is Aaron's turn.
Yeah, nice job, buddy.
Oh no. All right. So this guy's still alive, right? Like this guy. Okay. So.
Well, don't kill him.
Don't kill him. I mean. So. Do you say that to me in character? Like.
Does it look like your character is walking towards him with the intent to kill? To this prone,
Just
downed man.
Can I be
So-
honest with you? I think he always looks like an intent to kill, but in his eyes, he looks peaceful all the time.
So-
he's just like
he curls up his goggles as he's walking, and he unsheathes his sword,
Oh
and
God.
he's just like methodically like walking towards the guy on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna look up from the. She was gonna look up from the boot. Be like, don't kill him.
wait, don't kill him.
I wasn't going. I don't know what you mean.
Well,
And
then what were
he's
you
like,
gonna do with the sword?
I was. You poke them once, and then they get to fix themselves. And then he puts the sword back in.
I think the young tabaxi
Right.
took care of that one for us.
He and then he grapples the guy on the ground. Tries to like.
He grapples him.
Go
Is that what you
ahead,
said?
move to go ahead and grapple him. You expect resistance, and then quickly realize that this guy is unmoving.
Oh, he's not moving?
He is at least incapacitated. At least.
Oh, he's incapacitated.
At least.
All right.
At least he's not moving. There is zero
Okay.
zero movement.
Or
Okay.
He's not moving.
is this
Like,
man
he's-
playing the long game?
He's
I'm like-
unmoving. You can continue to grapple him if you would like.
He's playing the
I didn't stab him.
It reminds
I swear.
you of
playing dead.
of Shio earlier when you picked up Shio, except even less movement than that.
Ah,
If I had to,
well, I'm gonna like awkwardly like step by him. Like what was that? 1, 2, 4, 5. I'm gonna move right here, and then can I try to grapple the guy in front of me now? Like right here.
Is he?
okay. While you go ahead and try to grapple your second dead body of the night,
Oh, is he dead too?
Go ahead.
Oh my god!
you go ahead and move. You go ahead and reach down to grapple, trying to, and realize yet again, unmoving, zero movement, zero resistance. This guy, you see a little bit of blood kind of draining from one of his big, wide open eyes, kind of, and it looks like something burst inside as he just completely unmoving, open jaw. Move on to the next turn.
Okay.
to
Fair.
and you see the one guard that was still standing swinging wildly, just kind of go as he kind of starts to swing slower and slower, and then just kind of and just falls backwards. He seems it doesn't seem like he's dead. Like you guys kind of look very confused, and Star especially as you kind of trying to dodge. This guy suddenly kind of slowed down, falls over. You see that you can very audibly hear a snore as this guy seems to be sleeping.
Who?
Just
The
randomly.
Roger?
The guy that was swinging at you. Yeah, Roger. Yes, Roger.
Wake me
Roger,
up,
Roger.
wake me up,
seems to just
I
be
can't wake
sleeping.
up, wake me up and
Uh,
save me.
Thank you, Lord.
He is all incapacitated. We will leave initiative. You go ahead and see two individuals. One kind of running pretty quickly, breathing heavily, wearing very basic, very common clothing, with a little symbol, just the mark of a courier, on his chest. Wearing a very basic satchel as he's kind of running up, kind of waving, as he kind of seems very out of breath, kind of run up to you guys. Along with a second individual walking much slower but much calmer, kind of looking at all of this mess in front of you, as the courier kind of looks up to you, Star, and kind of the rest of you, and says, we heard, oh God," as he's kind of out of breath. The individual behind him kind of walks up and just kind of pats him on the back once, and looks to the rest of you and says, "I am sorry for any commotion. I see you've met Kane."
We
Is that
did
his
more
name?
than meet him.
Well, quite a
He was
jolly
a
little chap, I'd
weirdo.
say.
I'm gonna like fix
Jolly.
myself, by the way. I'm gonna like dust myself off. Just
That was a joke, dear.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
At least it wasn't about Roger.
Okay.
Roger seemed like a nice fellow.
Kind of looks and kind of.
Uh,
I do apologize. He was a professor at our local college here in Passage. However, we've been a little worried. The stresses of this college would eventually wear down on what was left. I'm sorry you had to be here during this commotion.
it was nothing we couldn't
I
deal
was-
with.
I was honestly fairly confused, but these nice gentlemen helped me. Are you a gentleman? She looks at Aaron and asks him.
I am Aaron.
Well, these lovely people helped me.
Oh, Gear, you
Please tell me you don't have any more like that.
I'm afraid I can't make any promises. As far as I'm aware, we don't have any more at-risk individuals in our payroll. However, times are weird here.
I see. Well,
He kind of
I
walks
was-
up. You see he kind of goes to take the pulse of both Roger and Kane. He's kind of moving between you guys. Kind of when he takes Kane's pulse, he kind of goes up, kind of shakes his head.
I say, right. Well, how are they looking? Would you say?
His lackey seems to be fine. I cast sleep on him, trying to put a stop to whatever was happening. I just got here as quick as I could, at least. Um, yeah, Kane seems like his time has come, but it was coming eventually, either here or in the cells.
I guess I just did a little too much.
He goes ahead and kind of says something to his courier about fetching the guard. Courier kind of nods his head and kind of starts to jog kind of as quickly as he can. You can see he kind of runs off to one of the local towers. You guys kind of like look around. Some of the shopkeepers are kind of keeping their eyes out, kind of looking, still kind of trying to keep away from this area.
Well, I picked up a Rain turns to the mysterious man, and she says, "Well, I picked up a artifact mission type thing. I was leaving to go grab it, but this man kind of interrupted us. So
Can I make a gesture, like a grand thing going on?
Like a-
I'm
like a
going to
get
shout,
what?
and kind of with persuasion. Don't worry, town, you're all safe thanks to us, but a little bit of compensation wouldn't be bad. And I'm gonna stare at the cloak person. Maybe a new cloak, as I was talking to him before this.
Rain kind of answered, and she says, "Well, I can give you the money from my artifact mission if you would like to help."
Don't ruin this for me, sweetie, please.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of whisper that to Rain, just like, come on.
I look at the cat and I'm like, very well. And then he pulls out some dead flowers that he's been keeping in his pocket. He's like, would you like these?
Gear, I like you, buddy, but not quite what I was looking for.
Oh, they're sweet.
My name is Aaron.
Aaron.
You're doing great,
Can
Gear.
They make good catnip.
So can
I'm still like doing the
how much
grand
damage?
gesture pose. Sorry, I'm still doing the pose too, just kind of look confident, kind of like asking for a reward, essentially. Go ahead, Brandon.
What was that, Brandon?
I just want to. Can I see how much damage my loot took?
Yeah, you quickly now that everything's calmed down, pull it out and inspect it. It actually looks fine. It looks like
Okay.
through all of that somehow it's fine. And as you look, you actually heard a jingling that made you a little nervous. You thought something might have broken the inside, and you realized that just a loose gold quark had bounced out and got stuck into the inside.
Okay, so as I shake it a bit, the jingling, the coin falls out. I'm just gonna get. Shio gives a little sigh of relief, and then just looks wistfully at it for a second, and then throws it back on his back and walks towards the water genasi. And then Shio's gonna be like, "Well, I do believe you said something about finding an artifact. Was it?"
And Rain quickly turns around and says, "Yeah, I picked up from the college. I'm looking for a goblet to try and kind of help somebody."
Well,
She realizes she might have already said too much and kind of tries to derail it.
mhm. So I want to roll insight to see if can I roll insight to see if I notice she's trying to derail this. Like
Yes.
how apparent do you think it'd be a Kokobo?
She's very bad at
Okay.
lying.
She's very bad at lying.
Fucking immediately.
Immediately doubt. Press X to doubt.
Yeah.
So for just a microsecond, because Ever the performer, Shio just like quickly raises one eyebrow for just a microsecond before it goes back down as he notices what happened. He's like, "Well, I'd say it's your lucky day. Not only did I help you with the certain individual, but you seem to be in luck. I'm a private investigator. The name's Shio, and I give like a slight bow. I work with the Finders Guild, and I might be able to help you find this artifact."
Rain is ecstatic about this, and she awkwardly reaches out her hand as he and just kind of sits there and just like looks at it as a maybe this wasn't the right move kind of thing.
I'll
And-
extend my hand and shake.
Okay. As she's shaking it, she says, "Thank you. I appreciate it. I really didn't want to go alone, especially with people like that guy. So, but
Yes, I'd imagine.
you can get some of the gold too."
How does the water genasi, like, are you always
Oh yeah, yeah. Essentially, she doesn't even
so,
realize
yeah.
it.
So without skipping a beat, she'll just feel the wetness, be like a little surprised, take his hand back, and then just nonchalantly wipe it on his leather jacket.
She doesn't even notice.
Well, no money required, my dear.
Oh, and more to the tabaxi.
Is anyone coming out, by the way, Garrett, at all?
No, the shopkeepers are all just kind of keeping an eye out. None of them. You get the feeling until
They shower you with money.
Yeah, that's fun. The individual in the fine clothes that walked out behind the courier is just kind of like writing things in his notes, kind of moving around. He's already checked on the other individual, and kind of seems to prop him up against the wall, but he seems dead too, and just kind of shaking his head and kind of just collecting notes. It looks like.
Can I sleight of hand check for money on the two bodies next to me?
On both.
I'm gonna choose the mage.
Wizard.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Roll sleight of hand.
Since some ungrateful people won't pay me.
All right. Okay. You kind of quickly look around. No one's kind of paying too much attention, and you realize this. And initially, you're a little disgruntled, but then you realize this is an opportunity as you quickly kind of sneak down and kind of go through his cloaks. He's got a bunch of. He looks very bundled up in cloaks, and you kind of go through and you see several objects of interest. One, a coin purse. Two, a book that he has kind of in his side and that he was holding with him in one hand. Along with the stick that he's kind of dropped as he fell down. Yes, that's it. Actually, just
Can
those two.
I
Small coin
gain
purse,
all
book.
three in my bag and then stand back up and grand gesture again to kind of like
Yes, yeah,
and all
yeah.
like I'm trying to do like a one fell movement almost.
yeah, yes. The coin purse is just kind of attached to his side, so you're quickly able to just untie that, pull it up, and then you see the book and you go ahead and grab that just in case. And then as you kind of move over in a grand gesture, in that same movement, you kind of use your foot and knock up the stick and kind of grab it and just kind of put it down your sleeve.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Not in a rush. You got it.
Was this during Rain's interaction with
Yes.
and Aaron?
With Shio.
What is Aaron doing?
I have already gathered that Gear will not give a fuck. So I mean, no matter what I do, I don't care if Gear sees me. But because he's right next to me, and I know Gear is gonna see everything. But I assume I try to like see if everyone else is distracted. So.
Okay. Do I see him do all that?
Roll perception.
Are you talking about Star?
Ooh.
Brandon, as you're talking to Rain, you do see that happen, and so do you, Will. So does Aaron. Shio and Aaron both kind of see him quickly bend down, pull up something, and then also go ahead and move the stick into his sleeve.
Rain's just oblivious.
Yes.
Fair.
Nobody's
That
surprised.
is interesting. I like to collect things as well. I pull out a stick.
I'm gonna go along with this. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So if the audience would like to, the marketplace would like to reward us, that'd be fantastic. Trying to steer the conversation away from the stolen items, of course.
He kind of looks at you, the finely dressed fellow, and says, "I'm afraid if you're looking for compensation, I wouldn't come to greedy merchants for that. However, you said," he kind of puts his book away, puts it in his pocket. You said, and as he looks to Rain, "You're looking for an artifact of some kind?"
Yeah. I actually picked up a mission from the college. Like,
Uh-oh. Is she frozen?
so
Oh, okay,
Uh,
repeat that, Rain.
It froze. You froze right at the beginning of that, right after you said college. I'm sorry.
I'm looking for a goblet.
Oh, where are you looking for a goblet? Here in Passage or farther out?
As far as I was told, farther out.
And the local college, Dion College, gave you this? pass?
Hey, Garrett.
Yeah?
Round 2.
Round 2?
I see him talking to Rain.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like,
All right, roll sleight of hand. as
I'm
he is now
here
talking
to
and
be-
seems a bit more alert.
I am here to be a smarmy fuck.
All right. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. You got that from Dion College, the local one here in Passage. Or was it a different
Yes.
college?
The one that is right down the road. I was initially going to go by myself, but these fine people
Don't you dare.
seem very willing and able. Right, little tabaxi.
You fuck. I tried to do that in the beginning of the conversation, by the way. So I would like to see if I beat the speed.
She doesn't have
This
to
was for
see
the.
it.
Okay, you go ahead and kind of go down pretty quickly, pretty smoothly. Same process as before. If anything, you're a little bit more comfortable now that nobody said anything after the first time. And so as Rain is saying this and they're having this conversation, you kind of pull yourself back up and you hear Rain say, "Right, Tabaxi." You get the feeling as he's kind of talking about colleges in the local area, and you see kind of the brand of a local college. He's a professor of some kind, and he says, "It'll kind of." Sorry. Are you I was fine with you taking the money off of a dead man, but kind of at this point, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to say something. That man is still breathing. Kind of looks at you directly.
Yes, the man also swung a mace at me. I'm sorry. I just thought, since the man was trying to kill me, this is the only compensation I get from him. You, as a professor, must know how poor I must be. You over here living a life of luxury, and I'm trying to just get by. I'm sorry, but I require some compensation from helping this wonderful Genasi over here. Is that what you say? Genasi? Is that what?
Oh, it's Ganassi, but
Oh,
it's fine.
Genasi. Well, I am very
I've heard
sorry.
it both ways.
Yeah,
I don't know.
haven't we all? I'll let the Ganassi decide. Question mark. You go ahead and say this, and the professor.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, young kitten.
Oof.
I believe.
Another
I
sigh,
know someone-
another sigh comes from the Debaxi that has been called a kitten
I
twice
believe-
now.
I believe. I know someone who might be willing to compensate you.
Oh, that is no need.
Very
But
generous.
if you'd like to show me the way, I won't say no.
Absolutely. Would you like me to carry you?
Oh, with these walking two able legs, I think I'll be okay. Thank you for your generosity, Gear.
It's quite kind.
Is that a yes?
Is that a yes from Star?
Yes, Skier. And I'm very disappointed. Like I'm just sad. Just like yes, Skier. Kind of like breaking
You're like-
character for a second.
Yeah. Carries him. He does like the fireman's hold. Carries him over to.
Carries me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah,
to
he
pick you up.
carries you.
Oh,
over
I
to
said
where his...
I'm gonna acrobatic check. I said yes the other way. It's not.
Pull
He
yourself
doesn't
back
know
really quickly.
that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that as I'm moving away.
Yeah,
I can
feel
walk.
Like you have to roll.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down
Yeah,
to roll.
Aaron's gonna prove that
Absolutely.
it's a grapple. So Aaron will roll athletics against your acrobatics. He's fine. He's fine.
Backflip.
Instantly get out of the way. Definitely between. He doesn't even get a chance to kind of grab. As you come back up.
I can walk. That's just what I meant. I meant I can walk. Okay. Sorry.
Of course.
I'm
God.
afraid to interrupt. But
Please do. Please.
you all do look pretty talented, and my courier saw a bit more of this hassle than I did. He said that you all seemed like you could handle yourselves pretty well. If the matter with the goblet doesn't work itself out, please feel free to contact me. I work at the local college, Dion College, and I'm stressing about certain issues. If you could, please contact me. I'm Professor Inasku. Anyway, the gods shall be here soon.
That's an easy name.
I would find your way out. They might ask you some questions if you're still here, but as it is, Kane was old and went a little crazy during the war. I don't think he ever really recovered. I would just move on. I don't think people will ask too many questions if you just find your way out of here.
And what was his name again?
Professor Inasku.
How old is he looking?
He's definitely younger than this other dude. He is probably late 40s, early 50s.
Okay, old enough so I can call him old.
He's kind of not unattractive. The other guy was like straight up kind of old and crazy. This guy is, kind of a almost, not quite handsome, but like almost a silver fox.
I'm gonna say, got it, old man.
I'm gonna she will say, well, of course, I'm always up for an interesting challenge, if that's what you have.
Yes, I would describe it as a challenge, at least.
Well, then I will
And-
certainly be in touch, at least.
I can offer good compensation, as he looks to the tabaxi.
I just kind of just like
Would
look
it
up.
happen to be on the way to? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if you decided on where this goblet was going to be.
Mhm.
I know there was like 2 suggestions. I don't know how dangerous the Star Peak Mountains are, but there was also the Silver.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna go with is that you basically were told rumors that it could be in either location.
Okay.
You could try and figure out more information, but this goblet, I mean, yeah, it's very obviously helpful if people could just find it. The normal average commoner could just find it. It would be so. There's kind of rumors scattered. You might need to collect more information first. You might just go and search those locations, but you weren't given anything definite.
Okay.
About this
Unpause.
artifact.
Rain obviously looks a little like she wants to help and kind of slightly asks, would this quest happen to be near the Star Peak? To the professor.
He kind of seems to think for a second, kind of to himself. I'm afraid what I have is in the opposite direction. However,
Oh no. Oh no.
However, if
Fuck.
things do not work out with your goblet, I could also provide information if you need help or in any other way. I'm willing to compensate in many different ways.
I'm gonna just like very curiously. You wouldn't be by chance talking about towards Breland, would you?
No, not Breland.
Just curious. It's not an issue. I was just curious myself.
Can I roll
I-
insight on this?
Yes?
I'll allow it.
Not real quick.
Question mark? Dale, what do you think a 13 gets?
Not enough. It wasn't like I wasn't like trying to like. It wasn't like a
I didn't know if
huge
you were
lie.
like stressing when you said Breland.
Yeah.
That was
No.
the question. Were you like stressed out when you were like Breland? You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like as an example. So that's just
I've told many lies in my life.
he just kind of
and-
says this, and you kind of can't pick up on any details, but you definitely notice that he specified Breland.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I need some people to head out towards the border between Orend and Thrain.
Is it dangerous?
What isn't on Corvair? Am I right?
Oh, fair.
Certainly true. Well, if I might suggest, I don't believe I got your name.
Professor.
As I
Nazareth.
look to,
Oh, sorry, my bad. Who are you looking at?
I look at Kokobo's character.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Renelia or Rain.
All right then, Rain. Well, if I might suggest, I'd say we start with these mountains and what was the other location, or where else you said it might be?
Between here and Silvercliff Castle, they weren't very specific.
All right. Well, we might as well just start headed that way, and if it's not there, then we're gonna have to come back this way.
So where does he want us to go again? I'm sorry.
He
all I
said,
was Thrain. You kind of cut out for me.
here in Thrain.
Where?
Yeah, here in Thrain, on the border between Onder and Thrain is what
But
he said.
where on the? He
didn't specify.
Okay, cool.
Did you ask
cool,
him?
cool.
He just said on the border. I need someone to head towards the border.
Absolute. Where on the border? Exactly. I'm just curious, of course. I'm just,
I hear they have very terrible food there.
There's a
Shut up.
small town. Yeah, there's a small town close to the border that I need some individuals to go to and pick something up for me.
And what city are
What
we?
town?
You guys are in Passage.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, yeah, but like I was like,
Kokobo asked.
yeah, I was
what
like
town?
I was asking like,
Oh, my bad. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
what
My bad.
town in between? I was like, uh-huh.
Town of Valero.
Trying to like where Varela is. Where is
It's on the
that?
border between Onder and Thrain, and towards the center of it, actually. It might not be on the map always, but this one is.
It's not on this map, the main map.
Yeah.
Did you say Lafir?
Oh, Town Valiant. My bad.
Valiant. Don't know where that is.
Is it by Galt or?
Here, it's that.
Oh,
town.
Tower. Wait.
Yes.
Tower
I see.
Valiant?
Yes,
Tower Valley.
Oh, wow.
Got it.
it's a town.
Okay.
It's now a town.
It is now a town.
I
Very
hear you.
small settlement
Okay.
That's good.
on the border.
That was
Most
pretty-
of
that was
the
pretty good, Viz.
war garrisons and whatnot have been repurposed in the last 20
yeah.
years. 'Cause
Okay.
Since there hasn't been a war, the borders are a little weaker, a little bit more, obviously not war zones. So they have turned kind of areas into more, not all of them, but some of them. This is one, Valiant.
Rain still kind of wants and asks, "Is that really out of the way? Maybe we could help you too."
It's up to you. Like I said, if you believe you would like either something to do for a little bit of compensation, um, or you need assistance in any other means, please ask for me uh, at the Dion College specifically and come to my office. Uh, I would love to tell you more, talk to you more in detail about it.
Of course.
As
Is
is
this
any kind of looks around him. Oh, yes?
uh so she was just gonna ask him, is this a time sensitive sort of deal?
I'm
Or
looking for whoever can do it as quickly as possible. There's a chance the situation might change as time goes on.
certainly.
Anyway, he kind of like looks over his shoulder, and you see kind of the courier and several guards kind of coming back. The kind of some of the guards have their swords pulled out. Some of them don't. They're kind of hurrying over, and he kind of nods at you and says, "Anyway, feel free to find me at the college." And he kind of hastily goes off kind of down one of the side paths.
Are we back on the map?
I'm
or-
I'm just still kind
You
of
guys
like
are still technically in the marketplace.
Yeah.
I just moved it over so we could talk about that.
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
you're
kinda
fine. I
like
just didn't.
Theater of
thinking.
mind.
Right. Well, Rain, I do believe that we should leave this up to you. I mean, I'm certainly quite all right going with either, but if you're looking for this goblet, we might as well head that way.
Hmm.
Where's pause? Where's Aaron and um Star?
Did they walk
Yeah,
off?
we're still there.
Did they
No,
walk
we're
off?
we're
Okay.
we're
Yeah, they
like
stopped
w-
mid conversation. They
you
haven't moved off yet.
you guys are like
Mhm.
exactly on the map. You guys are together, and me and Gear are next to each other.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, it's kind of my first adventure, if you would like. I don't have a lot of coin, so maybe we could do this job for the nice scholar man and find my goblet.
Sure. I just wasn't sure how quickly you were looking to accomplish this mission you had. But if we have time, then
Fairly quickly, but I don't know where this goblet is technically, and I kind of would like more information. So if we can narrow it down by doing a mission, sure.
sure. Well, that sounds quite all right to me. I can put some inquiries into for, see if they might know anything that could help us.
Right. Young Tabaxi and Aaron, would you like to be a part of this? I can guarantee compensation. Seems to be so pertinent for you young ones.
Money does sound nice.
I
I mean, of course we'll do it for you, but I mean, money could never hurt.
I may be indisposed. I technically belong to someone.
Oh, that's right. You
Belong?
said you had a father.
Well, he's not my father. My father lives in Moor Holt. This man, would you like to talk to him?
Right, let's have a little chat with him. That sounds great.
Sure.
Follow me. And then we go like.
I'll be right back. I have to pee real bad.
Pause.
It's probably
Don't you have to go
car.
move your car? Yeah.
I'm back.
Da, da,
Sorry.
da, da, da.
I will be
Where
back.
did Dale go?
Will has to move his car, and Dale said he'd be
Sounds
back.
good. No problem.
So-
I had to really fast go, and I didn't want to interrupt. the
Okay, well,
conversation.
I think we'll take this opportunity to take a small break.
Small break.
Small break. I'm
before
gonna
we
go
talk
pour
to
myself some more
Aaron's dad.
tea.
I'm
Yes.
gonna go write some
Before we
stuff
talk to
down.
Aaron's. Yeah, we decided we're talking to Aaron's dad, not dad,
Or
his
owner.
owner, next.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
So while we're
hey,
doing
Will,
that, I'm gonna take my dog out really quick.
take my spot with you.
How's the stream? How's the audience? How are you guys? Just that's good. Anybody miss any of the campaign? Want to ask questions?
Oh,
I can answer.
that was a good old 30-second
That's
pee.
great. That's a pretty good vote of confidence.
I like the pretty good and the more entertaining than I thought. I love that.
Yeah, I love that. That's like pretty. That's how.
Reminds me of the fantasy books I've read. Aw. And of course, we are our own story. The best kind of story.
Yes.
I have a question.
I like Eberron's finest. Yeah.
As a name?
Yeah.
Right? Thank you. Okay, anyways.
Actually,
I was
it's growing
curious.
on me.
I was curious. What did I gain from the bodies?
Yes. Okay. So the book is a very You kind of walk over quickly, flip through it. Definitely just a very basic wizard's book. You've seen these kind of before. You know of these. This one doesn't seem to have anything super in depth. It looks to be just a very kind of beginner's mage book in it. In the coin purse, you find one gold coin,
I'll take it. That's really fucking good.
more than you had before, and 2 silver
Well,
coins.
okay. Well, I actually have more money than I want to share. But
Well, it's fine, but you
being-
find this much.
yeah, absolutely.
More than you had before. You also find inside of it 1 dragon shard.
So I now have that much gold. Because I'm not going to say how much gold I have. Garrett is the only one who can see how much gold I have.
Blah, 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 blah. Yep.
Um,
Now, you can sell these.
In the item. Where is
I don't
it?
know
What
if
is it? Dragon shard?
You know what? Yeah, dragon shard. Do you know what these are at all? Do you know anything about them? Dragon glass? Dragon anything?
If my house did not work with them, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, they do actually. Your character probably knows what these are. I was wondering
Cool.
if you as a person knew
No. Okay.
anything about this. That was because these are actually pretty common. So a dragon shard there's several different kinds, but the most basic are these kind of like clear shards of weird glass where the color kind of constantly is shifting. What you need to know about them is they're used in a hell of a lot of commerce and magic. It is the way that the lightning rail works. It is like the big material that allows the lightning rail to work.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm saying is you can almost always sell these for money if you would like.
I'd like to hear that.
They're loved.
But
even a small amount of dragon shard is useful.
I think I'll keep it for right now. Not
That's good.
for what about
Also-
the robber? Oh, sorry.
You
Go
have
ahead.
a spellcast. Use them for spell casting, but that's a different thing. In the robber, you find.
Oh, what's
whatever
this?
you wanna
Did
call him,
this?
the thug?
Did the stick like feel magical at all? I wouldn't know at all. Actually, never mind. I wouldn't. Know.
It does have symbols on it. It doesn't look fancy. It actually looks really worn out. But it does have some very basic symbols on it.
Sweet. Cool.
You would probably know that it's just a basic spell casting. What's the term?
Sweet.
They're pretty cheap. Spellcasting rod. This one looks pretty old too. They're just used to allow casters to use cast magic without the use of like small components.
It's
They're
a little
pretty
warm.
common. They're extremely common.
is this
but you
the book?
can sell it.
This is
This
the
is
little
the
stick.
stick. Yeah.
And the
You
dude.
find 4 gold on the dude.
He's
and,
richer.
3 silver.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That makes a little even number. Not that much. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Is this the silver spot, Garrett? How much silver?
3.
Is that the silver spot?
What? Oh, sorry. Are you doing something in your character sheet?
Yeah, I'm adding it to my character
Oh,
sheet.
sorry, my bad. Yes, yeah, the second one below. It's gold. So that this is 0 platinum. When I put that, the EP is you can kind of ignore that. Just kind of just ignore that always. And then the triangle is the silver. Yeah.
Cool. And the other one's copper, of course.
Yes.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
My Discord said it was doing something weird.
Yeah, Discord was bouncing weirdly. It was really strange. I will almost always try to connect random encounters if you want to expand them, like as the players, if you guys want to expand them, I will try to leave that option open. Some encounters will be very clearly one and done stories, like it'll usually be obvious to you guys and whoever's watching. But like for his example, in the Twitch chat, if you guys are interested, if you're like, why are there weird bandits here? Isn't there supposed to be somebody in charge of these roads? And you ask questions, there will be an option to pursue that if you guys want to figure out why. And you might figure out that there's a corrupt local lord or that something weird is happening, and you might get an explanation. But if you guys don't, it's rarely. It'll be very obvious, like
Yeah.
if something will fuck you if you do not pursue it. So don't feel like you're missing out if you don't pursue something. But if you guys like, I'm gonna try and adapt to whatever the players you guys want. To answer his question, basically. So it could involve more of the main story if you guys want it to, basically.
Sorry. As I've played with Garrett's DM style, he makes it very obvious whether or not he wants to like it to be connected to the story or not. But he's always down for more options.
Yeah, if you guys ever like are obvious about what you want, I'm gonna give you more of that. I'm not gonna like.
But you also make it
that's
obvious
kinda
what
dumb.
you want as well. It
Yes,
goes
exactly.
hand
That's
in
because I find when you just do a complete sandbox and you're like, there's nothing here, then people just kind of roam around and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
Like, but if you guys ever are like, wow, I don't want to continue this quest, don't continue the quest. Don't do it. Just go, and you'll eventually stumble upon more options. If you ever search for your own options, those will also appear eventually.
All right.
I'm never gonna like hard limit you guys.
Is Will back?
No, he's not.
I thought I heard Will.
Yeah, he might. Oh, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, he's using the bathroom.
Yeah.
I can hear because Brandon has the
funny.
loudest bathroom
really
I have ever heard. His
That's
toilet
so funny.
is,
It is
so
so
loud.
loud.
That's weird.
It's honestly insane. That could flush a body down. Not saying he's done it. I'm just saying it could be possible.
Who knows? You know?
Yeah. But you haven't done it, of course, though, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'd
Like.
like to roll an insight check. I don't know shit.
I don't. There we go. Okay. Discord's kind of like fucking around. It's kind of just like.
Discord's
Yeah.
really-
But it's because we're doing our own private call, so it kind of just like drops sometimes, which is fair. Discord's
Yeah, that's
free,
weird.
so I mean,
I guess.
I'll allow it. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Stop
You guys
it!
want to like end
I
it
guess
and
we could
recall?
end this.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay.
I
Did we talk about-
apologize if my voice is like robotic.
Well,
Sounds good.
I think what's trying to happen is they're trying to sync all of our connections.
Oh,
Mm,
So
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Should we be all in the same region?
more people call each other at once because of the virus. Fair enough. Okay. On to Eberron's owner.
That's kind of nice. Yeah. Okay. Everyone ready? Getting back into it.
Yeah,
You two.
ready.
Star and Aaron. Sorry, couldn't remember Star's name. Star and Aaron. Kind of while they're handling that, you guys quickly shuffle over to the building.
It is everyone. Everyone is joining in the.
Oh, you guys are also following? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. No problem. Sounds good.
While
of you
you were
guys head
gone,
over.
we decided to take the wizard's
That'll do it.
offer.
Actually, they're heading their way over there.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Wait, what?
Okay, you guys head
Oh.
over.
I mean, no one checked. I mean, you know.
The guards are on their way, by the way. They're all
Yeah, I know,
close.
I know,
They're
that's what
actually
I'm
still a
saying.
distance away. All right, so just roll a sleight of hand.
This is mostly just for like
Okay,
as they're walking.
Continue back over. Yep. Okay. Quickly swing by. Kind of reach down, nick a little
Do we
back.
notice it?
You do.
I'm already pretty far
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron or Rain do, but you do. You're very observant. Some
I
might
am
say.
an investigator.
Well, I
so-
assume you walked with them though, didn't you, Brandon? I know you still notice, but it's whether or not I would think you notice. Because
Yeah, I
I
still walked with them.
okay, because
Yeah, you still-
I wouldn't
still
do it with
forward.
you around. Whether you, I don't care if you. It's like whether I think you notice or not, is my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I assume Shio did this like gentlemanly thing where he let them go first and like, whatever,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So nice.
And then just as he turns, he notices in the corner of his eye this little cat
Nipping.
Cat.
nipping.
A damn cat. Kind of quickly catch up with the rest of the group. Star.
Of course, I was never
might
left him.
notice as you kind of. Yeah, of course. Of course, of course. You also
Thank you,
notice
Corinna.
Shio
I
kind of
see
looking
all.
at you, side-eyed. You get to the stall
Brandon,
that
shit.
Aaron's owner was at. This one over here.
Okay.
The owner of Aaron kind of peeks his head out.
Excuse me. I have this young kitten who needs to be, you say, compensated for his good work.
Yeah. Of course. I did hope your
He saved
thing.
our lives.
Did
I was watching. What?
Rain's just talking to herself. She's just like, I thought it was the bard.
No. Hold. I mean,
it
I
was good rain here that saved my life.
and I helped all as your Warforged friend, and including in your all. I would, I don't need compensation, but always appreciated.
What are you asking for?
Just some
I'm quite
kind of,
confused myself.
just some kind of compensation, of course, if you'd like. In any matter, cloak, money, information.
I'm
Perhaps-
not
Coffee
terribly sure that you
or...
you weren't involved in the starting of this commotion, let alone if you saved our lives.
The best heroes are always hidden till the last minute to get a deadly strike. Of course, you saw me do.
I'm
Rain
sorry, are you
kind
threatening
of like
me?
tries to
No!
chime in.
No. I see. What?
Yeah, Shio's just gonna slide right in front of the kitten and take up the conversation and just say, "Well, my name is Shio. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's my understanding that you are the
dick.
owner of our good friend Aaron here."
Yes, for now.
For now,
Since
Well,
when are you good friends with Aaron?
well, I'd say we just became good friends. I was hoping that he would join us in our little escapade towards Thrain, but
Rain kind of pops her head out and just like, he saved us.
So if you don't mind him coming with us, that would be perfectly acceptable.
I kind of fully steps out into the doorway of this, kind of leans against one side of the doorway. So are we talking rent to own or?
Well, how much would you be charging for him?
Aaron's been around for a while. But I guess he is becoming more of a hassle than anything else.
Excuse me.
That's all right,
hassle?
Aaron.
I've only broken 4 vases.
Ew. 25 gold to be called even between you saving my life and you having your new companion.
Sure. That's all right with me. Give me just a moment to reconvene with my compatriots here.
All right, I'll be here.
All right.
Rain is shifting through her bag.
So yeah,
I
we're
don't-
gonna huddle
I'm
right in front of him.
so I'm
That was
going
funny.
I'm going to go ahead and be like, I mean, I couldn't even buy a simple cloak, and I'm going to pull out the coin purse that I had, or the one I stolen earlier, and I kind of dip it, and I go, see, I got really nothing, so I'd love to help, but sorry, I can't really put anything towards him.
So you
Rain is just shuffling through her bag, and she's just like, well, the goblet was kind of my only way to get compensation. I walked here.
All right, all right. Well, I guess I can pay off for our friend Aaron. I'll turn around, pull out the money from my pouch. How much did you say it was? 25?
25 gold.
Okay. And then hand it to him.
Goblet takes
much
it,
money
kind
did
of
we
weights
start
it, opens it up, looks through it. Generally, whatever your background is, plus I think I said you can go ahead and roll the class money
Mhm.
start and take that on top of your equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure can.
So whatever the fighter gold is, you would just roll that and add it to whatever you have, plus your background,
Yeah.
starting gold. So it'd be really strange if Dale didn't have a lot of money.
I know, right?
Weird. It'd be
Really strange.
Anyway, it'd be
Really
odd.
strange.
Anyway, must have rolled less than he was capable of or something.
Oh, I didn't even roll the that's a good idea.
Yeah, you gotta roll the money too. Yeah. How much was that? I don't know how much.
I don't even know that was.
That's crazy.
We'll come back. We'll go through your character sheet after the whole and cover the rest of the.
Yeah.
pieces.
So right now I have
Yeah,
no
right.
money essentially because of that. So I mean.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it, weighs, kind of looks through it, and he goes, "Just a minute, wait right here." And kind of shuffles into the back of that area. Kind of, you see him looking through his bags and his vases.
The non-broken ones.
Yeah, the ones that are still standing.
Sorry.
somehow.
The non-broken one.
Yes. Just a second. You kind of sit and chatter while he's looking.
Thank you very
I
much,
didn't
Shio,
have
for
that
You might-
money.
paying for everything.
I will say, Corinna, you might be hearing the change in accent because I talk normally when I'm out of character.
Which generally helps.
Yeah,
Keep
so if I
track
have a
of what you're saying.
question in the middle of a conversation that I think of that I need to ask for clarification, I might have to switch,
You know, I've always
which maybe
wanted,
sounds weird.
True.
I've always wanted
Which
to
is fine.
travel with a
I'm never gonna give
warforged.
anybody crap about any voice stuff, as I am terrible at it myself.
Oh, the British to Scottish thing, that's just because it's hard for me to make the two distinct sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I'm too used to Scottish,
Yeah.
so the British just is very not good.
Broken, unwatchable.
I don't think we're gonna judge you for it.
Yo, it keeps. Okay, maybe we do
I at
recall.
least make an attempt.
Yeah, it keeps bouncing. It seems like it happens in clusters.
Yeah.
It's up to your call whether we do.
Right, that's not all right, Corinna.
All right.
Love it.
I think mine is just like it's trying.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if you hear this is more Scottish. So I hope that helps with distincting between the British and the Scottish accent.
Jesus. Yes.
So, do you want to come with us, Gear? Do you wanna?
Didn't you buy me?
Of course, of course. I mean, it was all because of Shio, because that's me and Rain.
Right, yes.
Unfortunate coin.
Yes. Well, I didn't buy you per se, just give you your freedom.
My freedom.
Yes.
Yeah, freedom to come with us.
I mean, I don't enjoy owning sentient beings, so
Ah, that's very kind.
Rain is
You're
kind of confused. She looks at Aaron and asks, "You're sent? I thought all Warforged."
You cut out a lot there.
You cut out a little bit. Yeah. Did you say all Warforged, or you thought all Warforged were?
Mm-hmm.
Well, quite complicated. Complicated. You can imagine one day you're a machine and begin to have all these curiosity, and they tell you you have a soul, but you know.
well.
Hit you,
Is
bro.
there a question you all have?
I like how we're all like expecting like so much more. We're like, okay,
Full stop.
full stop.
Waiting. Full stop.
You cut out, so I was like, is she trying to say something?
Oh.
I was like,
No.
At this point, the your previous owner pops out, holding. He kind of has like a little cloth. Obviously, something's inside it, and he reaches out and says, "When I first joined up with Aaron, I found this with him."
All right, she'll reach out and grab it and inspect the thing in the cloth.
Kind of pull it out. It looks to be a very odd shard. It reminds you of a dragon shard, although as you see, there's several odd arcane writings on each side of it, and you notice that this isn't just some random dragon shard pulled to the ground. This is very clearly carved.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a arcane check.
Brandon, you're so proficient with arcane. You know it's called Arcana.
Yeah, it's the same thing. These are actually really common. You are aware that this is a spell shard, which a spell shard is a dragon shard that's been manipulated in a way that it can actually hold information. Yeah, that's about what you know. These
Okay.
can hold, kind of like a book. They're basically a book that you can read
Yeah.
with your mind.
Yeah.
Yes, kind of hands that out to you.
So presumably I could find someone who would know how to read it.
Well, normally, did you say that? Were you asking, or
I
I'll
was
say
asking.
the guy will say, "I'm afraid I don't know the passcode to it. I've never been able to open it up, and haven't been able to meet anybody that can get inside it. I've always been curious, but
Well, another little curiosity. I'll see if I can figure it out.
better with you than me." Kind of says this to Aaron specifically.
Aw. That's so sad.
I totally like blanked out for like 2 minutes.
That was about the spell shard. He kind of nodded to the spell shard and looked to Aaron and said, "Better with you than me." The spell shard is like a thing that holds
Okay, gotcha.
information, but he hasn't been able to figure out how to read that information yet himself.
Thank you. And he takes it.
Anyway, if that's all,
All right. Well, I do believe that is everything that we had to discuss. Have a great day.
All of you. And Aaron, if you ever need a vase, you know where to find me.
I thought you
Dude
were
doesn't speak
just. I thought you were
stoically.
just gonna end there. Just Aaron, and then full stop. Walk back.
Nah, you ever need a vase, you know where to find me.
It has
Just
been
the
genuinely terrible. Goodbye.
I did not expect that.
Okay. Well, I do think we should be on our way.
Yeah. Yeah. And he shut the door.
Fucking hysterical.
oh no.
That was quite the interaction. Well, Aaron, do you have any idea what this is? Or what it might have information about? Seeing as it came with you?
I had to roll Arcana or something.
Yeah, you can roll Arcana. This was obtained at the same time. Your owner, you got both kind of together. However, you have zero memory of this. You just know that it's kind of always been around you. You swear that a few times you've lost it and your owner's lost it. But you always seem to find it somewhere in a place that it has no business being, almost like it's constantly finding its way back to you. These spell shards hold information, kind of like a book. But this one, he said, requires a passcode. So it's pretty common for them to require a passcode to regain that information. Wizards commonly have these as ways to just like keep track of their notes, and to take new ones on the fly. But without the passcode, there's no way to obtain that information for yourself.
How is the passcode entered?
Through your mind. So you literally look at it and you think the passcode,
Oh.
and then you can start to, almost like you're flipping through pages, you can start to read along.
Okay.
So it's for single use, like for one. Or can you
Yeah.
all like touch it? And
Yeah, I mean, whoever's touching it can obtain the information. They just need to think it and be in physical contact with it.
Do
If
I
it
know the
doesn't have a
passcode?
passcode, you just look at it and you focus on it, and then you'll start to kind of see the words appear across your head if there is no passcode, which is also pretty common.
Okay.
It
Cool.
just depends on whoever created them, if they wanted one or not.
Well,
Rain sees it and is intrigued. She, well, maybe the wizard. Well, do you think the wizard might know?
well, he might know more about the general idea of it, but seeing as these usually require a passcode, I don't know if he'd be able to extract the information. But I guess it'd be worth a shot to see if he knows if there's anybody that could break into it if we can't find the passcode.
That sounds semi. I don't know if you should mess with Arcana like that.
Well, I'm pretty new to magic myself, so I can't say for certain.
I don't know much about spells, but I think it might be a little questionable.
Mm.
And what of you, little Tabaxi? I never got your name.
I'm like too busy studying them the entire time, just like, yeah, what, huh? What, huh? Yeah.
Your name?
I asked
Studying.
what's your name.
No, star, of course. That's.
Is that it?
I am the star in everyone's eyes.
Hmm. Sure.
And it's supposed to
How
be
charming.
a bad taste in everyone's mouth, by the way. That is the feeling that you should be getting right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Rain thinks it's charming.
Fuck.
Oh,
Aaron
no.
thinks you're like the coolest person in the world. Like, absolute. Like,
Shio sees both of their reactions and just sighs.
He's like, wow. God.
I'm sorry.
Star!
I'm sorry. Do you really need to know more of my name? Is Star not
Don't.
enough for you? I understand for
I-
a amazing bard as yourself, you have such a gallant name.
I have a question out of character, Dale.
Yeah, what's up?
Where is your aberrant dragon mark at?
It is going to be on the shoulder, like right here, but it's covered by a
Okay.
cloak and a shirt.
Okay,
So
good to know.
He just looks like your normal, everyday tabaxi.
Yeah.
Every day.
I might relocate it, but it will be in somewhere that is hidden. No matter what, it will be like in a hidden area.
Rain is even more intrigued just by the name, not by the mark or whatnot. And she kind of gets closer, almost uncomfortably close, and says,
I immediately because of like the like whole water. I'm just like
and she's just like, I've only ever read about tabaxi. I've never seen one in person.
Well, I hear they don't like water.
Oh,
I kinda, like,
well,
feel offended.
I don't have any.
but like can't.
Right. I hope that
Sorry.
hurt as much as your little introduction hurt me.
Hey, now that's pretty rude. And no offense, I just never seen a genasi before, or even
Oh,
know what a
it's,
genasi
genasi.
is.
I don't think my kind is kind of seen a lot. It's kind of my first time being out. I only really know about sheep.
And that's fair. And no offense to here, maybe don't start being really close and try to shake people's hands. And it's just a
Is that
suggestion.
bad custom?
Well, that depends on the person.
And this is just an observation. You are made of water, and it's slightly weird to shake water.
I thought it would be refreshing.
Yes. I thought it was quite great.
Okay.
It is kind of hot out here today.
At this point, you notice some of the guards have already arrived. They're kind of covered the bodies with sheets, kind of discussing, talking, getting witness reports from some of the merchants in the area.
I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I think we should get to the to professors, because I mean, of course, out of character, I'd rather not be seen by guards, because I don't know I don't know like who works for who, and I'm not still being hunted, so I'm gonna like in character be like, I'm gonna go ahead and I think we should go see the professor. I think that's a great idea. Anyone along? I think we should go now. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Fantastic. And I start like walking towards the way, and I do not know where the college is, so I just walk south.
Do we know which way the college
Yeah,
is?
do we-
I walk up to one of the guards.
I mean, it
and I'm
is,
like,
highest point in the town is the college.
Do I see it?
do we know that?
Do I know or
Is
do I
it
see
visibly the other way that he's walking
Seconds to
from?
look around, yeah. No. The other way, it's north.
So he's going into the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
I purposely still go that way.
Purposefully, hastily chose a direction, kept his head down, and started moving.
Yeah.
Young Tabaxi. The money is this way.
Some of the guards over here and kind of like look over and seem very confused by your group.
And I'm not even gonna turn around and go, I think I've had enough money. I think we should just go see the professor. He seems like a nice guy with more money. This way? That sound good?
They're just,
And I'm
listening
still
to
like,
you yelling.
yeah, I'm just like, kind of like, you can see the cloak is kind of turned back, but not
Right,
more
the
than that.
College is the other direction.
Young Tabaxi. This way.
It's a fucking-
Can't you hear me?
I go, oh, you're very correct, and I take the first right I see. So like into like a little like
Yes.
alleyway, I
You
immediately
see him
go
kinda
right.
swoop in. It's pretty obvious. He seems like he kind of ducked out as soon as the guards arrived.
I think we should just assume he'll catch up.
Ah,
Oh,
course.
oh, okay. Aaron?
She was just gonna turn and start walking towards the actual direction to the college.
Do I
Okay.
notice that they're walking away from me at all?
I mean, yes.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna
actually, when you turn around and look to them, and see it, and right before you duck into the corner, you just see kind of the glint of the towers in the distance.
okay, I'm gonna do the tabaxi thing and get on a roof and go from roof to roof until I get to there.
Classic.
So,
Classic. It's not too
out of
difficult for you.
character, how fast do we get there? Like, do we need to progress?
I mean,
like,
it takes
slowly?
like less than an hour to get there. Nothing
Okay.
happens
Cruise
right
across
away. If you
town.
just head straight there, you'll actually probably see the tabaxi. He'll probably catch up to you going from roof to roof.
Gotcha.
But I mean, yeah, it's pretty quick. If you guys make no stops, it'll take less than an hour. There's still a little bit of daylight out, basically.
Okay. I think we
anything
continue to move,
happens, you guys
yeah.
are good to go. Okay, you get to the
Hey, Garrett,
yes,
what was on the body?
7 gold,
Thanks.
4
What?
silver,
7 gold and 4 silver. I'll take it.
no silver.
No,
No
silver.
silver.
That's you know what? With
0
7
silver.
gold, I think I'll be okay with it.
Did you loot all bodies?
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, to the college,
What
right? Is that where we're
bodies?
going?
That was a... Yes.
You guys eventually make it to the towers. These are the Dion towers and the Dion College. The towers are pretty tall. The college itself is pretty much like surrounding the 2 center towers, one being slightly taller than the other. Yeah, it's pretty open setup, several buildings. It's not just like all one
Mhm.
building. But it's pretty obvious that you guys like are entering into the college itself. The main pathways become wider. You find all sorts of individuals, some young, that are kind of look like they're exploring the place. It seems like it's pretty open. No one's not allowed to come in. Basically, you see other people kind of walking back and forth with books, in basics, scholarly robes. As you kind of make your way, are you guys go straight to the tower, or
As a person who may have no communication on where they're going, probably
you
going.
see them as you're heading across?
Oh,
You'll end up
okay,
being able to
cool.
reconnect them pretty easily. Yeah, that's what I.
If I don't notice anything out of the ordinary of what they're doing, I'm going to head straight to the tower, like them.
Everybody heading straight to the tower, right?
Yeah.
The larger one.
I
Yeah.
don't think I have anything else I need.
Yeah. Rain doesn't know this area very well, so
You guys kind of together. Star reconnects with you guys midway through. You guys get to the tower. It's pretty open. It's got a pretty large doorway, like
Mhm.
15-ish feet tall, but it's just like looks like it's permanently open. Kind of like, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's both doors open. People going in and out. You kind of make your way inside. There's kind of like literally like a greeting desk in this fairly large open room. People are going in and out. People are going up and down stairs on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um,
Gonna walk up to the front desk.
question, do we have a new map for this or because it was like last minute decision?
No, this is fine. I'm gonna go back to probably on there for this.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
mostly theater of mind. Most of the maps, but not all of them, are gonna be battle maps specifically. So Otherwise, it'll be like theater of mind. Otherwise, it'll be like pretty hard to actively
mind.
find maps
Mm-hmm.
for wherever you guys decide to go.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to the front desk, and I assume there's a receptionist there.
Yes, there's
Okay.
you see 3 people kind of all working, writing down kind of things.
All right. I'm just
I'll
gonna walk up and say,
too.
"Hello. I'm looking for a Professor Inascu. We were chatting just a little bit earlier, and he said he had a certain job proposition."
This the individual you talk to, um, human young lady, currently
Mhm.
writing down in book. She kind of like looks up to you. Finish. Professor Inascu, he's not normally in this hour. The individual next to her kind of taps on the shoulder and goes, "Actually, I believe he just came in. It was unexpected." She goes, "Oh, really? Well, I guess he'd be in his office. His office is towards the eastern end um, of the campus, in a fairly small building. It'll be pretty obvious. The building itself
Okay.
is marked
All right.
the Astro building.
Never eat seaweed.
All right. Well, I think I've got that. So thank you very much for your time.
Once you get inside the building, it'll be pretty obvious how to find Professor Asker's office.
All right.
So,
Thank you.
it goes back. She's never really stopped writing, even while she was talking to you. Continues.
Okay. So, Shio, I guess, will lead the way. And they're going to do like that awkward thing where you're like walking through a new building you've never been to and you don't know where anything is. You're just like, am I going the right way?
God.
Rain is completely enamored by everything around her. This is the first time she's seen something so like grand. I don't think it's, or actually no, because I think it might be the same. But she
Are we
probably
gonna?
did this wing.
So I assume it's pretty visible on your face how, like, wonderful you think everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Shio will turn to Rain and say, "Right. Well, if you think this is something, you should really see Sean someday.
Sean.
Mm-hmm. The largest city in the entirety of Corvair."
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess.
My father told me to never go there.
Well, it's a great place if you know your way around.
He says it's quite dangerous.
Mm,
Are you, is she?
I think that depends on what part of Sean you're in. I mean, if you're in Upper Sean, that's really, you're not really going to see much trouble since it's most of the upper class folk. They
She
tend to
asks
keep things
if
tidy.
he's from Sean.
No,
Gotcha.
not originally. I was there for a little bit, and I mean, you can roll
Can I roll insight?
insight if you want,
You know,
Yeah, can I?
but I have a
nothing-
pretty high charisma, so I imagine it'd be pretty hard.
Basically, if you have it picked up, if you ever do insight deception checks on each other, it'll basically between you two. I'm not going to
Oh, okay.
like
yeah.
explicitly say something that your character's not comfortable with me saying.
I mean,
Try and like feel what you would think best describes your character, whatever.
So
the
you can tell he definitely has been in Charm, but maybe a little longer than he's letting on.
Cool.
nothing but dinner parties, politics, or the other side.
She quickly turns around to Star and she says, "Have you been to Sharn?" I'll do insight again.
Honestly, who hasn't?
Well, obviously,
Me?
Rain here.
I haven't.
Right. Well, that's 50%.
You can.
Is-
I mean,
okay,
it's exactly face value. It's just he's
Okay.
been to Sharn, but you don't know which side he was more on.
Gotcha. She doesn't really know much about the politics. She just kind of like has a. You can tell she doesn't really know anything as she's listening. She's just like, Okay.
Hey, and Garrett,
Yeah.
I will say at all times I will be trying to look out, except for like points where I'll be too focused. I'll be looking for House Medani stuff. So because it's a college, House Medani people will be here.
Yes.
Yeah, so I will try to look out and not draw attention.
You're kind of keeping your head down. Most of anytime you see, which you have seen already a few, they seem preoccupied, either on their way to something. There's not really any just like looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're all pretty busy.
and
You're
it's
still
not
keeping your head down.
and it's not like really looking for me. I know they are. It's just also like my cloak is from them and my
Yeah.
rapier's from them. So like it's kind of like I'd rather not.
Yeah, you've seen a few houses popping in and out if anybody's
Cool.
like paying attention for that. But
Has-
yeah, there's a
wait, wait, wait.
decent amount of.
Question for Dale.
Yeah.
Does your have a sigil?
It will be at the bottom, like it will be like, so you know the cloak at the very bottom right. It will be like a little tiny segment of it, like a little tiny symbol. It won't be like clearly on the back. It will be clearly like on the, like a little hidden area. But you can see it if you like
Okay.
if you're really looking at it, you'll probably see it.
Paying
It's just like at the bottom of the
Really.
cloak.
And
It's
if you would spend
If I
time.
want Rain
Yeah.
to, would it be like a perception?
I will say you'll probably see the rapier faster than you'll see the cloak.
Well, she wouldn't notice the rapier.
Okay.
Like, does it have a sigil?
It is just it doesn't have it's just a how it's just from them.
She wouldn't know. She would know the sigil probably,
Yeah,
but not
you would know the sigil.
not the rapier.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
go for
sigil
it.
looks kind of like an Egyptian eye, in case anybody's curious.
Okay. So perception, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
You absolutely see it.
Rain is intrigued suddenly by his cloak, and kind of stops, so to speak, and like looks down at it, and just says, "That looks really familiar. Is that the Medani symbol?"
Oh yeah, it was at the on sale not too far in another town down the road, so I decided to get it. It's such good fabric, don't you think?
Oh, it is. My mother is, or was.
Oh,
Garrett, do they usually sell stuff with house sigils on them?
I'm
They don't
assuming
normally
not.
sell them, so you would have to obtain them either through one method or the other.
Yeah. So I would
Yeah.
assume my character would know this.
They don't sell them on open markets, I guess I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Rain has no idea. She just thinks that maybe he found it. She's like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
great, great house
my
too.
well, I mean, they exiled my mother, and
Huh, exile. That's
oversharing.
Terrible house. Terrible
completely.
house.
Oversharing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you know, maybe they're a lot worse than I thought. Sorry, I'm just in it for the cloak.
I'd say I'm pretty
That's-
indifferent towards them.
Discomfort. From me. I am uncomfortable.
Do you do anything, Brandon?
Right.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
I mean, I notice
Okay, cool. That's it.
with my
I'm just gonna keep going.
observant trait.
Yes.
I'm not going to say anything. I mean, for all I know, you could have stolen it. You could have bought it on the black market. I mean, there's ways to acquire it.
Rain
But-
just wants to continue to be nosy.
Noted
now
in my
because
mind
she's making
palace.
Hey, Sherlock, chill out.
How close are we to the professor
Yeah,
in this
so-
case?
Yeah, you're pretty close. You can actually see it, and you've like kind of got locked onto a path. But just another thing you would know, people wearing, or at least using and being like openly about being like, I'm a part of house blah blah blah. But if they're not, it's genuinely found out. Like there are people like on payroll in each house generally that are like their purpose is to find and
Yes, I would
so
assume,
it's like
yeah.
not really like there's very little incentive to like flaunt a house that you're not actually like supporting, as it can get you in a lot of trouble.
Okay. Would Dale's character know this?
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
assume.
yeah, it's pretty common.
No,
You-
I feel like Brandon, you'd know that he fucked up and took the cloak with him and did not notice the sigil that on it.
Yeah, but,
Which some could
if you
say.
did acquire that by less than legal means, like you said, you purchased it, I would be careful about flaunting that all about. They do keep staff to try to weed out people that are falsely proclaiming to be part of the house.
Again, I was trying to get another cloak. It's not meant to get this one. It was just warm. It was the only they sold at the time.
I mean, that's fair. I was just giving you a little heads up.
Okay, I'm gonna like try to like just hide my rapier at this point, kind of like, fuck. Kinda
Well, I mean, we
situation.
already saw the rapier.
Yeah, I'm still
Rain.
hoping. I'm on a hope
I
and
would
a prayer.
assume your great intellect
There
led you
is-
to buy that rapier
there-
as well, huh?
There is a sigil at the bottom, like at the gap, like at the bottom of the rapier. You should know.
Yeah, it's at the
But-
hilt,
Yeah, but
which is
you had to
showing.
really pay attention
Yeah, you'd have to like
in
look.
combat, which is why I kind of like. I'm gonna like.
You do pick up that he does mention that there's like obviously a symbol on your cloak too, from what he said.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I knew that bottom right symbol was there.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to get a cloak. I am not kidding. I was like, fuck.
Just it's an interesting move to just like leave it in the corner and not use one of your many sharp objects. But,
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of
Okay.
not
Like,
the best
guys-
problem solver star.
I understand. He's got a high intelligence, a very low wisdom.
You guys do get to the as you guys are kind of mid conversation, get to the passage building. As you go to open up the main building, you actually like suddenly kind of back up as you see like Goliath. It's like taller than the door, kind of step out, kind of and just go and kind of says something very like gruntled that confuses all of you. None of you understand. You're kind of like
Mhm.
worried for a second as this large being just kind of climbs out of the door, kind of easily 7.5 feet tall, and then you see kind of a much shorter fellow, probably about 5.5 feet tall, follow behind him and Captain go, "We're not there, buddy," and he kind of goes, "Oh, I apologize."
I'm gonna
Kind
say,
of.
no worries, pardon me.
Excuse
Just
us.
scoot out of the way.
He kind of
Yeah.
awkwardly kind of scoots between you guys, you know, and the fellow kind of chuckles to himself and then kind of goes, "Have a nice day," and kind of passes through. And you kind of see them kind of talking as they continue walking. You guys kind of look at each other, going, "What the?" Because Goliaths are very rare in
Mhm.
Corvair, especially. And it's going to go ahead and continue into the Astra building.
Hey, Will.
Hmm.
How tall is your character?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Really start.
I said he was 6'7".
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna perch on your shoulder, like kind of sit there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I
I'll allow it.
scratch him like on the belly while he's perched there.
Shiro just gives a quizzical look and then just accepts it and turns around.
Rain is obviously super happy. She's like, "Oh my god,
I just want to
it's
like.
really cute."
I just
It's
really
funny.
want to know what you would do. Okay. I know. I get that. Yeah. I was like, you scratch. I was like, cool. And I kind of like hop my way down. Oh, sorry. I just.
It's
Felt
you
nice
do
up
this
there.
as you go inside a building.
I was gonna do it like. Are we going inside the? I thought we were already inside the building.
Yeah, you guys were just entering. So
Oh,
you just
fuck.
got on top of it. You
Andrew's
just
right.
touched.
What kind of bird are you?
All right.
The ceiling's like 9 feet tall, so you'll be a little crouched if you're perched on him.
Never mind. I'm gonna like not do that. I'm on.
You do it. I mean, it'd be easier outside. It was just an interesting. to
I
be
do it
like, "All right,
outside.
now that we're inside a building.
Yeah. Down.
Yes, yeah, you kind of
Cool.
get down. You can go inside. Kind of look around. You see there are multiple kind of. It's basically just one long
Yeah, cats can
like
perch.
hallway. Where at the other end there's a door, stairs, and you kind of look, and there's stairs on the side too that go up. On both sides, there's just like a list of like names. One attached to each door. Yeah, bunch of office areas basically.
Okay. Do we see Professor Inascu's name?
Yes, yeah, he's at the
Okay.
other end. You guys kind of walk over.
So I'm gonna walk up and knock on the door.
Kind of hear kind of a rushed voice. Please don't come in right now. And you kind of like, as you kind of like looking through the glass, you see him kind of turn to go, oh, and he kind of sets down these papers that he's holding in his hand, walks over, opens the door, and goes, please come in.
Sure. So I assume we all file in.
Yep,
Yeah.
he kind of walks over, sits behind his desk. There's 2 chairs and papers everywhere. The place looks pretty messy. Yeah, kind of everything's scattered. There's even some papers on the floor and stuff.
She'll
he have
motion
any
for the
little, like,
others to sit if they want.
Does he have any little like knickknacks around?
Yeah, he's got a few small objects. He's got several like dragon shards. It looks like perched kind of on his wall, kind of like creating like a nice little collection.
Can I perception check the papers?
Yes.
I'm
Roll investigation.
okay. I'm more just like curious.
This is a much closer, trying to get like a.
Yeah. While
idea.
they're talking, I'm gonna like kind of.
Does anybody sit down?
Yeah, I
Every
motion
s-
for people to sit down.
Yeah,
too,
you
like-
motioned, but everyone's just
Aaron.
kind of awkwardly staring.
Rain
Aaron's.
is
I'm trying to
enamored.
like.
Yeah.
I'm more of a.
Ethan,
I'm more of a standing kind of guy.
Okay, everyone stands.
Aaron.
Well,
kinda
no,
sits
Aaron.
down.
No,
looks
I'll
at you guys.
shrug. She'll will
Some
shrug
people are talking.
after they just are looking around, not paying attention to and ask you, and just sit down.
So Aaron is like going around trying to like pick up all the pieces of paper and try to like organize them the best he can.
Dick.
He's got a lot of like bookshelves also with books in them. There looks to be obvious holes where he's pulled books out. They're just kind of scattered across them too. As Star looks at the papers scattered all around, they kind of seem like to be a wide variety of things. There's no pattern that you immediately pick up on. Yeah, most of them seem to be about just general research into divination spells.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And then fucking Tin Man over here
Okay.
picks him up.
He sits down and says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting to see you so soon. Are you?"
Oh, well,
kind of,
my
says,
apologies.
Please make sure the door is shut.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna
I'll-
turn to Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Could you
sorry.
shut that, please? Aaron.
Oh, I was like, who's he?
Oh, I was like, yeah, of course.
And
Okay.
shuts the door.
Rain is enamored by these stones on the walls, so she's barely paying attention and trying to possibly pick one up.
Thanks, Gear.
Oh, please don't touch any of those.
Oh, sorry.
Where-
This looks
It's all right. Some of them are more fragile than others.
Where would you like these papers?
That's fine. Just set them down.
Jesus Christ.
Right, I apologize. They're not too used to professional settings.
I look
That's-
normal, by the way. I want everyone to know all I did was look at a paper and look back up. All right? I look
That's-
nonchalant.
Yeah, but you're with the hoodlums.
You're part of this group.
You're
whether
there
you
by
like it or not.
association.
Oh, fuck.
Dang it.
That's fine, as long as everyone knows.
He just
Anything.
unpursed from my shoulder like very casually.
Oh, fuck.
Very. You know.
Well, about that.
Forgot about that part.
Anyways, we were hoping
assume-
we could talk about that business proposition you had for us.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Before I give any details, I would just like to first ask a few questions about you.
Sure.
This is an errand for me personally, not for the college, and I'd like to know that I can trust the people that I'm working with.
All right. Well, that sounds agreeable to me.
Firstly, are any of you working for any of the Dragonmark houses? Any guilds in the area either?
Nope.
Well, I'm currently working for a Finders Guild.
I picked up a quest from the college.
What the dragon box?
The houses.
Oh, right. You don't have to worry about him. He's quite new to this whole civilization thing.
All right. He kind of is watching you specifically, Aaron. All the pieces that have kind of been oddly replaced to definitely an abnormal sight, especially if people do know a lot of Warforged. You look even weirder. Yeah. And what about you? Tabaxi, correct?
Nope. No. No houses for me.
Let me roll a d20 really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must ask about your cloak. I actually assumed when he said, and kind of points to Shio, when he said he was working for a Finders Guild, I assumed you were with him, considering you were wearing a Madani cloak yourself.
Yeah, as I explained to the others, it's funny enough, just recently, I kind of, again, purchased this a while ago just for warmth, and I was trying to get a cloak from the stall this morning, but you saw how that turned out.
Sorry.
You purchased the cloak with an official house sign.
Yes, by accident.
It was a tiny sigil. I probably wouldn't have noticed.
I just look confident. I kind of like look confident, but it's sweating bullets. You can see, just like.
Who sold you this cloak? Was it somewhere here in town?
I am
No.
curious as well.
It was a town south of here.
Which one?
Can I roll an intelligence check real quick?
So there's an eerie silence as he looks at you.
Yeah, and can I roll an intelligence check to
roll
kind
an
of?
intelligence.
Trying to formulate your lie.
Roll an intelligence check.
Yeah, just like a
You're
quick.
not from Ondair, correct?
No, but
Okay, roll an intelligence check.
I've been to Ondair for like missions.
You've like been through it, but you're not from
Yeah,
it.
no,
You're not, like,
absolutely not. But I've studied maps.
So-
Roll it. Yeah. No, that's what I said I would roll when.
check. All right. Okay. Yeah. The name
Fuck me.
Skelios comes to mind. You
Skelios.
said south of here, right?
Yeah.
Is what you said? Yeah. Okay. You say Skelios. He looks at you and says, that's odd. That's quite a ways north. I'm assuming you're not from here.
No. I'm not from here. No. I get really bad directions. As I actually was walking and I did the whole never eat seaweed thing. Because I'm so bad at directions.
All right.
Well, I mean, if you're
I'll-
concerned about his background, we could always take a look into it.
Or you could trust me. I helped everyone today. That's all that matters.
I could gladly inform a few. I know a few of the Madani myself. I could tell them of who you bought this from and let them investigate.
Absolutely.
It's all out around.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Here,
fine.
you could take the cloak if you have another one of your own, and then tell them if you'd like. Just a simple one, nothing crazy.
You want my cloak?
No, I just want a cloak
Can't
that
you buy
have.
one?
I literally tried today. But I'm just saying you could give it to them for investigation. But I mean I'm a very private man.
All right.
Right,
Kind of
just awkwardly
takes it.
standing there with like a.
You got any? You got? Wait. Do you got any cloak? Anything to? Am I cloakless now?
Can find.
You took off your cloak, so
you took off
yes.
your
No,
cloak. You
I
do
didn't
not
take
have
off
a
my cloak yet until he got another cloak. Until like if there was another cloak. But
I can have my courier run to get you one while we talk.
that would be fantastic.
Do you mind if it has Dion College on it?
No.
I'll take that as a yes. He kind of hastily gets up and kind of just calls out. You hear running down the stairs.
Sweet.
And kind of
What's
quickly
their,
tells him, you just get your cloak really fast.
Out of
What's
character.
their-
Out of character. Did not think my first Twitch sponsor would be Dinah College, by the way.
Dion College, yeah.
This is-
What's their mascot?
This is bullshit.
It's 2 towers.
2 towers.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Anyways,
Are they like a well-known sports team like college, or are they pretty bad?
sports
They're
team!
not terrible. They're considered like a pseudo rival to the Arcanix towers,
This is
which are like
dumb. Okay.
the
This
good
is
towers
so
in
dumb.
Arendelle.
Okay.
But they are the Arcanix towers. Everyone knows what those are. That's literally a college that's floating.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God. Okay,
Of
alright.
course, yeah.
Anyways, Kokobo?
It's like a pseudo rival. It's like a local rival.
Okay.
Well, Brain is like raising her hand, like waiting for someone to acknowledge her. I was just gonna say that I did kind of interrupt buying the cloak. So, and House Madani's not very.
I mean, I think there's good people and bad people in every house.
To each their own.
That's true enough. As it is, where are each of you from?
I mean, I'm actually also kind of curious. I mean, now you all know why I was there, but why else was everyone in there?
It's a good question.
Well,
Why else was everyone else where?
The market.
The
Unless you guys were just passing through.
I mean, I am in on there for official Finders Guild business.
I'm not gonna go on past that, buddy. Kind of like, I mean, kind of
No,
fought together.
I'm not at liberty to disclose my current mission for the Finders Guild.
Fair enough. We all know Gear's reason.
Well, I don't think this is necessarily prudent to the discussion of the mission we have ongoing with Sir Inascu.
You ask one question. And I assume, Rain, you were
Yes,
there.
but I would
Oh,
assume that Professor Inascu would appreciate us not wasting too much of his time.
Oh my god.
I would love to learn as much about you as possible. My errand is time sensitive, yes, but I need to know that I can trust you
Yeah, sure.
carry out and with
That's
with
2 for the reasoning.
discretion.
Well, why don't we let Professor Inascu ask the questions then?
All right. Your Finders Guild.
You can
Yeah, I
see
assume it's with
visible
Madonna.
hurt. Sorry, you can see visible hurt coming from Star.
Sorry.
Like, come on, man.
Sorry, stop. I assume it's with Madani.
Yes, currently I've been working a few missions for them here and there.
Are you? How long have you been working with them?
About the past 2 years. I can give you some contacts within the house if you'd like.
That's quite all right. He kind of seems to kind of pull himself back at this point. I'm afraid I must say I'm a little desperate. How loyal are you to Madani?
About as loyal to about as loyal to any house as I could be, being I am not from one. That is to say, I
Alright.
don't really much care
He
one
does
way
kind of
or another.
pull himself back in a little bit more. All right, all right. And you said you were here for a quest, right? Points to Rain.
Oh, yes. Looking for something to help somebody with an
I heard a rumor about someone asking about a certain artifact over in the Eldine Reaches. I could help try and find some more information about that while you're helping me in exchange too.
Mm-hmm.
in the Eldine reaches.
It's I'll just saying that I can keep my ears out, find out what I can.
Oh.
I know a lot of people here in the college. As it is, what I need from uh, whichever group is willing to help me. There's a. He kind of seems very like torn, kind of deciding whether or not to kind of say what he's about to say or not. I need help finding a book um, that's been taken from me and my family. The individuals I don't know too much about. I believe they're with some group that doesn't want anything good done with the book, and I need it back in my family possession, in my possession, explicitly, as quickly as possible, before the book goes too far.
Just curious. This doesn't have to do anything with House Medani, right?
I need House Medani, House Thrashek, all of the houses to know as little about this as possible. I need explicitly discretion. That's why I was asking your friend about his connections with House Madani. If possible, I can pay extra, assuming that this does not leave this office once this is all completed and behind us all.
Is it a spell book?
Can you repeat that?
Is it a spell book?
A form of one, yes, a very old one.
I'm gonna just like very like nonchalantly be like, I mean, this isn't for dragon marks, so of course, right? I mean, so why not?
I assume I must ask first. Do any of you have any beliefs that appeal best to you? Do any of you follow the Nine or any of the other groups?
No.
Nope.
And none of you worship the Silver Flame either?
No.
No.
Nope.
Silver one.
King kind of smirks a little bit when you kind of say that. Good, good. You might have to interact with the church. I think they might be able to help, but if possible, I'd like them to also know as little as possible. Both the Church of the Silver Flame and any of the churches of the Nine down there. I need as few groups as possible to know about this.
Well,
Of course.
discretion sounds like a great course of action.
And lastly, I need to ask, and I assumed for most of you that this was true, but I might as well check. None of you are from Karnath, correct? Have any allegiance to Karnath?
I forget what Karnath is.
It's right next to Ondare and Thrain on the right. It's the one that's very military focused and a little okay with
Oh,
necromancy.
Yeah. Nope. I've only taken a few trips through there. Nothing
Good.
long.
I've seen it on a map.
That's all right. I just wanted to make sure that you don't have any family in Karnath. If you are willing to accept this, I can pay you each 75 gold.
What?
50 for the retrieval, 25 for your discretion. To leave this out of anybody's. Leave this out of as few minds as possible.
Rain
Absolutely.
leans over to Star and says,
What?
Rain leans over to Star. Is that a lot?
It is a lot. But seeing how our discretion is really needed, probably could be a little bit more. We won't tell a soul. So. Can I persuasion check it all?
And you
Yeah, roll persuasion.
We have no allegiances here. But I would like to have some kind of compensation for the risk we're taking. Come on. Come on. Come on, game. Stop working. Stop. It
Oh
stopped.
no.
It's going to roll like 5 times. Watch.
I can't wait.
Come on.
can I roll persuasion? Too?
I'll just a second. See how it
Whenever it is.
goes.
Who knows what will happen?
Well, I will say the group involved, the group that took it, they will likely be violent. This is a dangerous request. However, that does mean whatever they have else other than the book you may keep, obviously. I do not know them. And
Sure,
as far as I can tell, if they're going around stealing things like this, they likely aren't wanted by anyone.
I'm re-entering.
Anything you find, anything else they've stolen is obviously yours. Waiting. Very
I
curious.
will say,
As far as personally, I do not think I can manage more than 75 a head.
Jesus
That's already quite
Christ.
a lot.
Come on, man. I re-entered and everything.
We have to pay him
wait,
now.
Pause. Since my character is charismatic, can she try? What would be considered a charisma thing? Or is it persuasion?
I mean,
it kind of depends. You normally can. You would just try and convince him of something, whether that's to get more money or something else, and then you would roll persuasion, or you would roll persuasion first if you're just like, I want to try and haggle with him or whatever.
Yeah.
However, Dale's already failed once, which is going to make your job harder if you want to attempt.
yeah. And
Well,
also, like for other things, you really can't just have people say, "I want to keep skill checking this" after somebody fails or
Well,
whatever. So
generally,
that's just something to be aware of.
More people fail, the more people fail by, the harder any future attempts to persuade are going to be.
To be
if
fair-
if he barely is like on edge, you're not going to be like screwed if someone else tries to persuade. If somebody like hypothetically like rolls a 1, does really bad trying to persuade him,
Wow. All
like, he's
right.
probably going to be a little set in his ways, and it's you're gonna have to roll real high or have a damn good argument if you want to try and.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
But I'm also talking about like in other situations. So like say you think there's a trap, you like the party thinks there's a trap somewhere, and you're like, all right, the rogue knows traps, so let's just have them skill check it, and they fail it. You don't want to like this goes in with like metagaming. You don't want to like say now I'm gonna check for a trap.
Yeah,
you know?
so if just because you know as a person that like say hypothetically the rogue Dale rolled like a 1 on perception, if you're like, hey rogue, try and see if there's any traps.
That's funny.
Your characters don't know that he rolled a 1, so he's very confident that he doesn't see any traps, right? So like you wouldn't. There are certain cases where I'll just have like you as a group just roll, and I'll just count up successes and failures. That will also happen too, and I'll make that very clear whenever it's group skill check.
Well,
Yeah,
mine was
half
gonna
of
be
them kind of
more
together.
so, because it's in Rain's character to kind of like be kind. So she sees like she genuinely thinks he just needs a cloak. So she's just trying to see if he'll give them more so that he can buy himself a cloak.
I will say, out of character, he is fetching a cloak. So
Yeah,
you,
at this
you
point,
would know this.
the courier actually knocks and enters.
Oh.
He holds it up. It very clearly in bright gold on a black cloak says, College of Dion.
Fuck me.
Right.
Does it have the mascot on it too?
Yeah, there's 2 towers on each side of it. So it's of, and then there's 2 towers.
It's a bright color.
Notice I'm keeping the towers
Yeah. What are their
separated.
school color? What are their
What are
school
the-
colors?
Is it a dark?
Black and gold.
Is it? Oh
Black
my
and gold.
fucking
Black and
god.
gold.
Looks
Black
like
and
I'm
gold.
getting another
Very
cloak after
vibrant gold.
this.
Very annoying. I'll also throw in, of course, the cloak.
Well, that's quite a fetching cloak, don't you say there, Star?
I'm very disappointingly, after realizing he sucked his ass off in persuasion, just gonna take his cloak off, and just give it and take the other one. And you could hear the silence and sadness when he clicks that last little strap in.
You're welcome. All right. Also, of course, I'll gladly, while you're gone, helping me with this, try and figure out more information about your goblet. Get a more concrete location.
Yes, that'd be appreciated. Um, we do have one other request or favor, if
course.
you will. So, our friend Aaron here had, and I'm gonna pull out the
That was in my pocket, right?
Oh, I don't know whose.
I think he
pocket
took it
is.
after you.
Okay,
from
yeah.
you.
I'm gonna gesture towards Aaron. A certain spell shard that Aaron had with him for a long time, and it seems to be passcode protected, and I'm not sure if there's a way around that. I'm not sure if you might know or might know anybody that could help us with that.
He takes it, kind of looks at it. I'm. I'll ask around in the college. Most of these are pretty well guarded. Any attempt at making it past the passcode often results in the erasure of any information on it, which I'm sure you wouldn't.
Yes, I'm
Want.
sure. Yes.
He hands it back to you. We'll gladly ask questions, see if anybody knows anything about it. Where did you find it?
Well, it seems Aaron has had it with him for a long time, and his former owner was holding on to it.
Does Aaron have any?
Yeah, does Aaron have anything to add to this?
That's as much as I know.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'll keep an eye out. Most of these are pretty hard to crack into, though.
Okay.
Anything else?
Quick question. I
Yes.
like to not go into missions unprepared. Do you know how many people in this group that took this book there might be?
I can tell you as much as I know, but first I just want to make sure we're all in agreement. The agreed upon amount is fair.
Yes.
Sure.
The individuals that took this,
No.
one of my personal couriers, that works for my family, they found him, pretty brutally murdered him, took this book from him, left everything else, his gold, his other packages, everything. It was very clear they were coming after this book. The amount would have had to be at least a few. This courier was a good one. He wouldn't have stopped. He wouldn't have been caught. He wouldn't have been distracted by one or two. This was something planned. I don't know how many, but there was at least several arrow shots, and along with several cuts of a different nature. It's a group, at least. I don't need them all dealt with. I just need this book back. That's the priority number one.
Sure.
If you can find a way to merely take it and leave them alone, then that's great. However, if you need to handle with this group, they aren't exactly working on the side of the law, and I'm sure the world would be better without them.
Sure. Well,
I asked if your allegiance was to any churches, as I believe that they follow at least one of the six. If they are, then they're likely some small cult working together for some means. I've already told you. I think the town.
yes.
I don't think they're inside the town, but I believe wherever they are is somewhere around there. They left some, there were some witnesses that saw a group moving away from it. Yes, Rain?
Are they gonna try to kill?
If they know your intentions, it's very possible. Even if they don't, it's possible. These aren't good people if they're following the Six.
Yes, I would say we should probably err on the side of caution.
I don't know very many religions. I just know that there's a lot.
Well, if you don't know any of the Six, that's probably for the best. I'm not sure which of the Six they're following, if any, and could be wrong. I'm merely attributing this to witnesses' eyes around the area, what strange groups they've seen. And that might be the cause of this. I really hope it is them. If it's not this group, then I'm afraid I don't know who has the book. That would be very bad indeed.
All right. Well, we
Do you have any
will
more
take
questions?
care of this as fast as possible. I don't think I have any more. What about?
You'll know this book when you see it. It's fairly large, larger than most. Might even take two hands to carry. It's got a deep blood leather binding, dyed black, with purple around the edges.
All right.
And
I-
out of character, did he already say that where the
Where
Did
it
he
was?
already say?
Yeah, it was the Tower. It's around Tower Valiant, around that settlement. He
Okay.
believes that's where they are. As it is, I would recommend going to Tower Valiant first and asking around. If these individuals are still around there, they're likely causing some form of trouble. You could probably talk to the local church there, as I'm sure they've all heard complaints of this group wherever they are. And are likely organizing some way to deal with them.
Bless you.
Bless you.
That's you. Please tell me that was in character.
Sure. Well, I think that's all we need, unless any of you have more questions.
No, of course not.
I'm good.
All right. Shall we be off?
I have a courier. I'll send that I'm sending to Tower Valiant already. I'll make sure he contacts you when you get there, just in case you need any more information from me.
Perfect.
So we will have some line of contact.
Yes, that sounds great. Okay. Well,
If there's
Shio's
nothing
going to
else-
stand up.
Thank you.
Yep. Straighten his
Rain
clothes.
walks over to the professor and extends her hand to say thank you.
I have a.
Takes it
Good to meet you.
immediately. Nice to meet you too.
And she pulls away and starts to walk towards Shio.
It is good to meet all of you.
I just have a small question for the
Yes.
professor. Can I ask you something in private? I don't think the others would be interested. Just something minor.
It's fine with me. He kind of gestures for his courier to leave the room too.
Okay, we're going to go out.
Didn't we leave?
Shuts the door behind him. Yes?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about these? They're very rare cases of apparent dragon marks, would you? I think is what they're called.
Why are you asking?
I was just merely curious. I saw someone down the road that have it, and I heard they're no good. Do I want to
Someone
roll a
here in-
deception check, or do you want to?
Someone here in Ondare. Yeah, go ahead and roll a deception
Yeah.
check.
this time. Thank God.
He's looking at you, and you just see a slight smirk.
This man like a level 20 wizard. Fuck.
You rolled a 16. I know a little. I could ask around if you are looking for anything specific.
Can you get rid of them?
From what I know,
Asking for a friend, right?
once you're marked,
Can
there's
I do an
little way
insight?
to remove
Can I do
them.
an insight check real quick to see if he knew
Yeah.
that I like to see if he kind of caught
Yeah.
on? Just to like. Nope. He's bluffed. That man
going off.
fucking believes
an odd
the
man already.
shit out of me.
Kind of
He was like, he's just perpetually smirking, so you just
Yeah,
think that's
true.
normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I immediately go.
You can't
just
really pick up on.
I'm
too
just
much. You're not
curious,
sure if he-
because then like we can kind of get rid of him, like for everyone else. This is only to like see if I can bullshit like.
I'm afraid whoever you heard that got stuck with one of these aberrant dragon marks, they likely are stuck with them. Whether or not they chose to have it, whether or not they did anything themselves to gain it, they will likely have to pay those consequences for having it too.
Those poor souls. Thank you,
Poor
by the
soul.
way. What did he? I'm sorry. What did he say?
I just agreed with you.
All right. Thank you for your time. I just knew you were a knowledgeable person, so.
Of course, of course. There are professors who specialize in the history of aberrant dragon marks. If you would like to talk to them instead, but alas, that is not my specialty.
Absolutely. Maybe another time. I'm not too interested. You know, I'm asking because I saw one around.
Of course.
Absolutely. And I leave. And with it as mid thought, I immediately turn around and go, "Ah, fuck. Looking at the cape, at the cloak.
College of Dire!
And as I'm walking out, and I kind of walk past them, I'm going to the market.
Going to the market again.
All right. Is this where we wanted to end session one?
I think we can like as we're walking out, as we're like on the road.
You want your cape before we end?
Yes, I just want my
Is that what you're
fucking
saying? You
cape.
just want your fucking cape. All right, let me look up how much a fucking cloak costs.
Cloak of.
I am
Sorry,
curious.
I was just gonna
How
look.
much is a cloak of billowing?
A cloak of billowing? I think it's 50 gold. I'll double check though. I'll double check. I could be wrong. I'll double check.
Holy shit.
What were you
Might be
gonna say,
less. It
Brandon?
actually might be less.
Can you check, because it doesn't have in 5e tools, how much glamour armor
Costs.
is? Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll check.
Because I'd like to know, because I mean, eventually I would like to buy some, but I don't know what I need.
I will say about Eberron. I think I kind of covered this, but this also applies to like just general magic items. The magic in Eberron is wide, not high. So like it's actually pretty easy to find uncommon and common items throughout Corvair. That includes like glamour weave, articles of clothing, and such.
Cool.
Those enchantments and people who can make those enchantments are not uncommon. But anything higher is pretty rough to find in Corvair.
Okay.
I'll get the price. I just was so
Yeah.
good chance at finding. It's not very hard to actually find glamour
Yeah.
weave clothing,
Okay.
especially here.
Can we find lodging?
Yes, of course. There is always there is always in almost every major town and even some small towns the Red Dragon Inn, which is run by
Oh my
House
God.
Galanda, the hospitality dragon mark.
So
Fucking
it's the
Almost
first
always.
is the
always fun.
country's first chain restaurant.
I mean, quite literally. There's even some not run, but there's actually a lot of these not run by a member of House Gallandar that they still put their
Oh.
name on.
Oh, so
and
they
basically like
franchise.
trademark. Yeah, that's literally it. They franchise their own inn. So there'll be a Red Dragon Inn with 0 halflings working in it at all like humans that have no affiliation. But they'll be like, yeah, but we got the approval. And so like every once in a while, someone from House Gland will make sure everything's chill. But yeah, and the many of them are, especially the ones in major cities, all across Corvair, have the Red Dragon Inn is run by members of the family itself. Although the smaller ones tend to not be and tend to be like quite literally be franchises.
So is it pretty like mediocre quality, or is it like?
No, it's always good.
actually
It's the
decent?
good shit.
Okay.
It's actually great. They're incredible. Sometimes the franchises are a little iffy, but like
Yeah.
if you're just looking for consistent lodging, the Red Dragon Inn is where it's at.
Okay.
So cloak, and then we get to the inn before we.
Yes.
Sounds good.
It's a
Okay.
good old, good old, good old. You can get a basic cloak for like 3 silver.
Yeah, I get that. Cloak of Billowing?
With 0 add-ons, it's like 3 silver. Let me try.
It's for the charisma checks, but I'll just get a plain cloak. It's fine. I'll get a basic one. 3 silver.
No, I'll double check the item. But
No,
yeah, it is 3
three-
silver for just a normal
3
one,
silver.
if
I'll
you
just get a normal one. You my 3 silver.
Oh, your poor wallet.
I don't have a lot of money.
I don't have a lot of money.
I'm a very poor person. Oh fuck! You can see my character sheet. I'm a very poor person.
Yeah.
Will, did you roll?
For his money, I assume. By the way, I see you playing this lute as we're walking out.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Obviously.
Rain is very enamored.
By the bard.
Yes. You forget that she, played with Faye. And they're very musically inclined. I'm assuming in this world, right?
reveal the guitar.
Always.
So she's kind of like dancing a little bit. Very
I do have a
flowy.
question.
Yeah.
Is it faster to take the train or to walk from here to like Galt? Which I can't see the rest of the map, so I don't know what the orange line is.
The orange line is the train. The roads are the red ones.
Oh, okay, so it is faster to take the train. Kind of.
Well, wouldn't it take us down?
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
my
I know. I'm moving everybody over to the big one.
Whoa.
To Biggie Matt.
Well, that would take us to Fort Light,
Yeah.
which is technically closer. I don't know how fast the trains go, so
Well,
They're pretty fast.
they're going to Fort Valiant though.
Tower Valiant.
we need
Or,
to go
sorry,
to Tower
Tower
Vigilant.
Valiant.
Yes, but we would have to
Oh.
walk.
Are we doing Vigilant or Valiant?
You can
north.
get off at Galt.
Oh, okay.
Might help.
I'm sorry. Are we going to Vigilant or
I
Valiant?
honestly, I think that's a little further than Fort Light. Unless
Where's
I'm
Fort
just,
Light? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm blind.
I mean, that looks to be the stop, or Marketplace is the stop. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Where are we going?
Hold up, let me.
There's a stop at Marketplace and Fort Light. But there's also a stop at Galt that stops right outside of Galt.
Okay.
Why can't I draw? Oh,
You can draw, and you should be able to use arrows.
yeah,
that's
but it's like on the grid.
No, you can
Oh,
draw.
I
You
see.
can draw. You can draw. Yeah, you can do this.
You can draw without the thing, but
Yeah.
please erase it when you're done. Don't leave your.
Oh, no
We're
snap.
going
There we
there.
go.
Okay.
So this is
Right.
3.2 feet.
Are we going to Vigilant or Valiant?
Valiant.
This is.
Yeah, Valiant.
Oh, which one is it?
We're doing
Valiant?
this
Oh,
one.
so Galt. Yes, so Galt is better.
Yeah.
So we can get off. So we'll take the train and go to Galt.
Great.
I was like,
How much does a train cost?
better not be much.
Oh, he had the
It
cost
was
travel expense estimates on the.
not super cheap.
Pretty close then. Oh my god.
But is it the light rail? It's 5
Per
silver
mile.
pieces
I'm just
per
trying to
mile.
figure out how many miles it is.
Well,
Which
now you've
is
seen
not
the
a small
guitar,
amount.
Andrew.
Oh shit. No snapping. 3.65. This is going to require some math. 3.5. Okay, 3.5. It's not cheap.
100 miles.
It's not cheap.
That seems so small, like of a
Not
freaking
cheap.
distance. Considering how big this world is. Nuts.
So how much per mile?
It's not cheap.
Was it 1
it'll be a
silver
50
per
gold.
mile?
No, it's 5 silver. per mile.
50 gold. We're walking.
However, you'll get there within. It'll take about 3.5 hours to get there. It's
As
very
opposed
fast.
to
With the light
camping
rail?
and potentially getting.
Yeah, if you use the light to get to Galt, it'll take.
Yeah. What about the other
Yeah,
ones?
3 hours.
What if we just like walk straight to there, like using the roads and shit?
Well, walking straight, we would not use roads.
Yeah.
We'd also have to camp.
It's a lot of shekels.
I mean, couldn't we find a place in Passage to stay and then recuperate?
Yeah, you're definitely finding a place to stay. This is just planning for the future.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
you're definitely
gotcha.
staying in Passage. It sounds like for the night.
So what cloak are you?
It's got a normal black cloak.
For 3 silver.
Are you
Fuck.
getting this in the process, or are we blasting
Yeah,
through
I'm
that?
already done. I'm already got the
Oh,
cloak.
Uh, 50 gold.
I think I prefer
For
walking.
cloak of billowing. For cloak of billowing, 50 gold.
Son of a bitch. Looks like I'll be getting that later.
So 50 gold. Still magic. At base price. If you're just like at a market, it's 50 gold.
How much does it cost to stay in an inn?
Like a silver, I think.
Yeah, it's not super expensive. Let me check the PHP. I might. I think it's 100 miles. How far is 100 miles?
100 miles?
So
Swear to
it's-
God, if somebody answers with 100
So it's like
miles,
it'd be
I'll
like
fight you.
twice the distance of from Kansas City to Lawrence.
Yeah.
So Kansas City to Lawrence is like 50 miles.
Yeah.
Yes, about. It's like 45
So
or
it's
something.
it's like
It
here.
seems accurate enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And that being 500. Yeah. So that would be so
Are you trying to like calculate it out?
yeah, I'm trying to get like a visualization.
Yeah,
should
we need
we-
like a
Go to the inn and do that, and then
like a
figure
little
that out
key that
afterwards.
tells you distances.
There's a distance thing up here, so I can at least get like an idea.
Gotcha.
Which I think, how big is that? That's like a little bigger than a grid, which is annoying. If I can, I'll mess
Oh,
around with
shoot.
the thing, and I should be able to get this.
Wait.
Where,
Oh, I see.
lines up with that. I'll mess with this and try and get that to be accurate. Anyway,
Wait, oh my gosh.
Ba da ba ba da ba ba.
So, to the inn and do that.
I mean, that's what we're doing right
Okay,
now.
so
we're already in the inn discussing this.
Cool.
So 3.2
I assume.
feet. Wait, 3 point something feet is
About 3.5 feet.
Yeah,
About
So-
3.5
so-
feet. So we're just gonna round up to
So
about
so
3.5.
basically, Kokobo, what we're doing right now
Is
is that
100.
our characters would know the distances and times and
You're
everything like
looking
that,
at a
but
map.
we as people do not. So we're
I just
trying to
wasn't
like.
sure where we were.
There are
Yeah.
maps like pretty well of like most of the nations. Like the nations themselves are pretty well organized out. I think it's pretty easy to get an idea. Let's go. It'll be about 50 gold to get to Galt. I might adjust the prices. I'm gonna
We're
look
only
around.
making 75
but-
gold, so
but
we would not be making
uh,
profit if we take the train there and back.
you're making 75 gold per person.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's
just
true.
So you're aware, it's not 75 gold total because there is a big difference between 75.
Yeah,
and
but
like
isn't it 50
300.
gold each for the train?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I
so
would've known it
it's
was a
eating
train,
all
I
of our
would've asked.
profits.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna probably adjust the prices. I'm just using the ones they're giving me. I'll probably adjust stuff.
That's
Um,
fair.
I might make the scale also a little smaller depending on. But it's also insanely fast. Like if you need to get somewhere fast, the lightning rail is the fastest way to do it. Yeah, I'll figure out the distances and stuff. But if you want to do it as cheap as possible, getting there through the road is the easiest.
That's my vote.
Ever since I've heard of these trains, all I want is a train murder mystery segment.
Don't
Oh
worry,
my
I have so many ideas about these
God.
trains.
Yes.
I have so many ideas about these trains.
We have to have a murder.
Once you guys
on
have
the-
enough money to regularly get on trains, let me tell you,
Oh
Hell
yeah.
can't wait
yeah.
for the random encounters.
One of the best interactions we had was on a train in one of our old campaigns. We had a little fight. That was great.
Margarita.
It's great.
It's great.
Murder on the D&D.
The mystery and death of Star.
You
That's funny.
son of a bitch.
Well,
So do we just
Don't even
just,
joke like
go to
that.
sleep? And then
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, you guys are gonna have a long rest. We'll start with you guys
I get
traveling.
my spells back.
I'll have a better idea of how far away and how much everything costs. I
Level?
might adjust the price so we can use it a little more. Yeah, you guys can level. You beat it.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean,
Ooh.
he said the
Surprise.
first 3 levels will be significantly easier than the rest.
Yeah, getting to level 3 will be really quick.
I think I
because-
know. I think you usually just do. Garrett, we can level up whenever, but I know some other people do it like you have to at least sleep before you level up. I don't know.
Yeah, it's whatever
what we
I
do.
really you guys want. Normally, I'm just like, if it's between session and you're not in the middle of a fight. you can level
Yeah.
up. Yeah, but normally since I do milestone, I'm not super worried about it because I'll usually try and
Yeah.
level you guys up in a good spot, like in
True.
a comfortable spot. You guys aren't gonna be like, oh, we're gonna end in the middle of a fight. Also, you guys leveled up. Like that probably won't happen ever. So that's just because it's a milestone.
Level
Like
2.
that, figuring out when to level up makes more sense if you're using XP.
I said no. I
True.
lied.
Oh, we just beat
That's
a
so good.
monster.
That's funny.
There's another one coming up, but technically, so.
That was good. That was a good session. That was fun.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great first session. I wasn't
Yeah.
too painful at all.
Let's see how the luck
Got
is.
better, so it went on.
Yeah.
Getting used to it.
Oh fuck. Plus
Um,
1.
Yeah, we'll go through.
Yo.
Dale, can you get your languages, please?
16, 17.
That's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
So you guys can either roll or take half, but you have to stick with whatever choice you make. So if you roll and you get like a 2, you can't take half. You have to stick with the
And what is this
Usually I
one?
roll.
rolling for
Health.
HP. So whenever you level up, you'll get whatever new features you have as your class. You might gain more proficiency if your class says so.
Hmm.
And you'll gain more HP. So you can either roll your hit dice, which is different for every class, or you can take the average. So
How do
for
I know
example, for Rain, you're a sorcerer, so you're probably gonna get sorcerer level 2. So you just start up here, this little cogwheel. It'll just add the level, so now you're level 2. So then it'll just say sorcerer 2 up there.
Oh,
To add the HP, right now you have 7 HP because your hit dice is 6, plus your Constitution modifier, which is 1. So 6 plus 1, you had 7 HP. Leveling up, you can either decide to roll a d6 and take whatever it gives you plus your constitution, or take the average of your hit dice and then add your constitution modifier. The average is 4. It's always half plus 1, basically.
Let's see.
Which
So you
one?
could either. What I would do, since you have a smaller hit dice, is take the average,
Okay, I can do that. So
which is just a 4 plus your constitution. So you'll add 5 HP to your maximum hit points.
okay, so
Um,
12.
Yes, exactly. So you'll just have 7 hit points as your maximum instead. You can roll. It's a little sketchier, obviously.
Rolling is very sketchy because you can get a
fuck
one.
is that?
I always take average because I don't fucking play with that shit, yo.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take
Fair.
average. I mean, you have like, I mean, at least for me, I have a 4 out of 8 chance. I have a 50% chance of getting less than.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the same
What
for
I can
everybody
automatically
because of the
take.
way the average it
Yeah.
rounds up. And so if you just take average every single level and the math like rounds out, you'll end up with just a little bit more at that level.
I've been notoriously always known for rolling dice though, for like knowing the hit
Yeah,
dice.
I know, you fucking chaotic fucking son of a bitch. But anyway, if you do roll, you'll just stick with the roll. But taking average is always good. So you your current HP is 12, but you'll also change your hit point maximum above it to 12.
Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
that number you changed was the current hit point. So if you take damage, you'll just lower that, and you'll leave 12 as 12 always until you level up.
Gotcha. So right now it's at 12 because we're
Yep.
resting.
Because you guys are long resting.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have 2 hit dice because your hit dice. These will be used during short rests. So you have 2d6 worth of hit dice. So if you take an hour rest, a short rest, you'll be able to roll those to recover a little bit of HP. So if you're like at 1 HP and you take a short rest, you could roll 2d6 and add your Constitution modifier for every hit dice, so 2, and gain that much current HP. So you're able to heal up over a short rest.
Woo, level 2.
That's just what the hit dice are used for, which that'll make more sense when we take a short rest.
Gotcha.
And you'll also gain more features. I think you get meta magic or you get font of magic. I can't remember.
It's meta magic.
Yeah. Well, font of magic is a part of magic. One comes first though, which doesn't make sense. It's really awkwardly split up. Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you do damage.
What? What'd you do? What'd you do?
You
That's
so you roll the
Oh, and
and
then
the
you click the
sword,
name.
and then you click the actual
Oh.
name of it.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool, and it
Okay.
completes the circle. That's cute. Like the.
Oh, never
thing.
mind. Font of magic comes first.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's because sorcerers get meta magic. I just couldn't remember which one comes first.
Yes.
Font of magic by itself is basically
Wow,
like
my rolls
you
suck.
get an extra
There
spell
you go.
slot, which
I
Yeah.
don't know how to.
You create spell slots.
which I'll explain spells when we go over the thing. I wasn't
By
too worried
force
'cause I was
of
like, I don't think you'll cast too many spells. I think it'll all work out. But
Yeah.
the spell sheet keeps track of most of it. So in your spells right now, since you're level 2, it automatically upped your slots total. So you have 3 spell slots. Since you're taking a long rest, you go back up to 3 slots remaining. Every time you cast a first level spell, you use 1 slot. So if you cast Fog Cloud, you have 2 now.
And now you know one more spell.
Yeah, which I think you
I
still
get
have
to
to
pick another one.
So technically, Magic Missile I keep clicking the wrong thing. Sorry. Goes over here. So Magic Missile.
Oh, okay.
In that slot. Yeah, and I'll fix that so it has all the details, so it'll do the same thing Fog Cloud does.
Okay.
So the 2 underneath it, so that's level 1 with 3 slots total with 2 slots remaining. The next thing down is you have 0 level 2 spell slots, which means you can cast 0 level 2 spells. As you level up, you'll be able to cast both more spells and stronger spells, so spells of a higher level.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
So,
have 0 level 2 spells right now, basically.
So magic missile should leave.
Yeah, I'll get rid of it.
By the way, languages.
You'll learn level 2. Yeah, everybody
I
needs
only have 1 language slot, right? Because I get 1 intelligence, 1 plus, right? It's 1 like your modifier.
No, you usually get them either from your background or from your race. So usually your race will give you 1, and then sometimes your background will give you extra.
Let me switch to
So they have
backspace.
languages. I checked that. That's why they couldn't hear that.
My
I'm
background.
just assuming you guys couldn't understand because I don't think you guys will learn that language. So
I
just had to
think House Agent gets like proper or some kind of like fucking language, and I got Thieves Cant, and I learned Elf.
Yeah.
Like Elvish.
Yes, that sounds right. And then
So let me see if
I'll go
Tabaxi has
over
a language or
languages
not.
with,
I don't think they do.
with you, Kokobo. We'll try. I don't think going over a character will take super long, like by itself. Like honestly, we could probably have like your character sheet fully completed, background, skills, everything done. Because I don't think you chose a
Okay.
background, right, Kokobo?
What do you mean?
Part of building a character includes choosing a background, which like you have your backstory, but the background is like a mechanical aspect that gives you extra skill proficiencies, and a few other things. It's pretty minor. Like the background is like has a mechanical aspect, but it's basically it's just a rule that says you get 2 extra skill proficiencies because of your backstory, not just because of your class. So you'll get extra skill proficiency that way. It won't take super long to go over them. And once we go over all of the character sheet, I think in general this will make just a little bit more sense.
God.
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
Whoops.
Indeed.
But the languages are useful. For example, when that the Goliath walked out and said something, I had to check everybody's languages before that happened to make sure nobody would understand it.
Gotcha.
Here we go. My bad.
I
My bad.
go run to the restroom. If you guys are still here when I get back.
Yeah, we'll probably be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the restroom too. Also, yep.
Dip.
Be right back.
All the restrooms.
How was the session?
Good. Off to a start.
I like it. It was a good start, to be fair. It was a fun one. Will, how'd you like playing your character?
Don't at me with the guitar, Corinna.
It's all right.
You said it's you alright with your character?
Yeah, so far.
I think your character's a hoot. Made us laugh a lot. I can't wait until session 20 when you start talking like a normal human being. Like a real boy. Zero. Is that a
I'm
Final
back.
Fantasy thing? Or Kingdom Hearts?
That's just
Corinna.
the name I'm used to. Sorry. There's many spellings.
Well, I want you to have a good time with this session because we've never played D&D together, really. So I want you to have a good time.
Have we not played D&D?
Not
Oh,
really.
yeah, like every time we played D&D, it was like back. in high
Yeah,
school,
well,
right?
we didn't really do campaigns either, so it's like...
Yeah. That was me.
I mean, we did 3 session stories. Is Andrew talking about his Aarakocra character?
Yeah.
No, I remember he was an owl. Oh my god, the fucking Aarakocra.
And that was the one where you literally said nothing as your character, Dale.
Yeah. Because I was silent as the night.
Yeah. So the 2 shy people went off and hung out by themselves. That was
I
great.
was a little shy
That
boy.
was- Y'all, this is D&D's co-op.
And that's the one. That's the one where I was assembling the team.
Yep.
And
That was a
then,
shit show. That sure was a shit show.
then it ended
That
because
one sure was a shit show.
Alright, I liked that first session, by the way. It was fun, Garrett.
That's
I
good.
was like,
First sessions are always a little awkward. I was
Yeah.
really worried because I thought I was gonna have an hour before like the call started. Like I thought I was gonna be back by like 7. And instead I got back at 8, like 10. So instead of having an hour to prep for the session, I had whatever time Dale was going to allow without making too many sighs.
Right.
Look
So
here, buddy.
I was concerned.
I mean, it
But it
all's
all
well
worked
that
out.
end.
I think
It
that went well,
all well that
considering
ended
how-
well. It's fine.
I was concerned. But it
I
worked
don't
out.
mind
Um,
it.
And Kokobo, I need to go over her character sheet a little bit more in detail. Like it's missing a few
All
pieces,
right.
which is fine. None of it was big.
Yeah,
I tried not to like
That's all right.
use anything, but but I think it worked out great. Yeah, and then everybody gets their feet. So if you guys need to, I'm also this is a minor thing, but like as a personal thing, if anybody's like wants to make minor changes, like is like actually I don't want this feat or something, especially if you haven't used it, I'm pretty lax. Like I want you to have a character that you enjoy playing as, you know,
Yeah.
like mechanically and roleplay. So
I think I misused my feet. It was
That's fine.
yeah.
Which feat was it?
It was the shield master. So the shoving with the shield was supposed to be a bonus action.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. So you
that's nice.
attack and then you can shove.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Good to know
Yeah,
for the
'cause I
future.
think I actually didn't realize that was from Shield Master. That was my bad. I thought you were just shoving because anybody can technically make
Yeah,
a shove.
yeah.
I just wasn't. I
That's
didn't
on
know.
you too.
That's just good to know. I'll also like have a better understanding because I was like, oh, I'll just read everybody's character sheet in the hour I have before the session while I'm, figuring things out with Kokobo. Fuck that. That didn't happen. So, but I went out
Nope.
for a nice celebration dinner. and
How
it
much is
just
studded leather?
studded
Did
leather?
you ever figure out how much glamour weave was?
Yeah, I think it's also. I'm gonna go with.
This is cool though. Cool.
I think Cloak of Billowing is gonna be 20 gold. I'm gonna have to figure out prices for things.
Just let you
because
know.
there is 0 prices in the books for anything magical. Which is
Just to let everyone know, just gonna mute them real quick so I can this announcement. It will be Friday, consistently around 8 is when we're doing D&D. So every Friday around 8, it'll be great. I'm gonna have a good time. So just let everyone know it's gonna be Friday around 8 is what we're trying to do. Sometimes it might be Saturday, sometimes it might be Sunday, depending on times, but most of the time it will be around 8 o'clock Friday. That's the only consistent thing on my stream. So if anyone wants to hang out, watch more D&D stuff, that is around the time we're going to do it. That was my quick PSA.
studded leather is 45 gold.
So 80.
Yeah, 85. Yeah,
I'm glad everyone had
for
had enough
glamored
time
studded leather.
to kind of talk and interact with characters.
Which glamored is great. I love glamored. That also is a natural fit for your character.
Yes, which is why I wanted it.
Natural fit.
Well, I want your character to talk more because it's really amusing when you talk.
It's 15 gold, Dale.
What?
That's fine. It's 15 gold.
15?
Doggo says hi.
15 for studded?
Hello.
Hello.
Sit. Can you sit? Good girl. She hi.
All right. Anyways, yeah. Will, I can't wait
Don't
to
be a
talk
brat.
more. It's gonna be great.
You're so cute. Sleepy puppy.
Okay. Well,
What?
okay. Well, I think is that all we had?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Anything else?
No. Anything official? Anything official business?
I don't think so.
If you guys have any questions, obviously you can send them
Mhm.
to me between sessions, and I will be glad to answer them.
Yep. And are we just planning on Friday?
Friday's around 8
I think
o'clock.
so
Sound
Okay.
good?
that does work for
Should
me.
work for me. So as long as it works for all of you.
I assume it's better than
Alright, so
the Saturday.
The occasional Saturday, maybe. Just,
Fair.
In
That might
case.
change come April for me, but
Mhm.
Sounds good, RoboCop.
We can adapt.
improvise, adapt, overcome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream.
Okay, well,
Oh, wait, Dalton, are you speaking? I think you're.
What the fuck?
Is he?
mm, he's muted.
Oh, is he just saying bye to the Twitch stream? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, he's just saying bye to the Twitch stream.
Oh, he's just.
I don't know.
Hello?
It looks like he's fiddling
Hello?
with his mic.
Oh well, never mind.
Oh,
I have no
Hi,
idea what's
Karina.
happening.
Doggo says hi.
Hold on.
In chat. Oh, there
Oh.
he
Oh,
is.
there he is. There he is.
I love it.
Maybe
still
it's his
can't hear him.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
All right. I kind of messed up my stream a little bit, I think.
What'd you do?
That's exciting.
Oh, just your interest.
No, I just closed Discord. Because it does
Everyone
this-
said bye.
Oh, everyone bye? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna stream. Have a good night, stream. No, I didn't mean to. My mic just couldn't work. So bye, stream. Bye. Thank you for joining us. We're Eberron's finest.
Oh,
Eberron's finest,
Doug.
everyone.
Second, dude.
Told you
it's
it
just gonna
was
get more ironic as the session
Abs,
go on.
that's the point. Alright, bye. You
Not
can't
in a
see
good
us, but
way.
bye.